All right, welcome to the LooseTalkPodcast episode. Princess, what episode? 82. I think it's 83.
Wow, y'all did 82 already?
Yeah, man.
Episode 82. Welcome, guys. This is a special edition. Definitely a special edition because we have like 20 people in the room. Less than 20. We have video. We have Instagram Live. We have a legend in the building.
Yeah.
Hip hop legend. You know, in all ramifications.
Keep the same energy.
And no.
Same energy.
Just because I feel a certain way about you doesn't mean I won't tell the truth about you. Okay.
Go.
Don't say it only on Instagram. Say it in your article also.
No, but
Okay.
if the
What we
article,
said,
you're fucking up my intro. Anyways,
Sorry.
I have
Go ahead.
Abaga in the building,
Yeah.
and he's joined by, of course, the very talented Kaynon,
Okay.
who I'm also a very big fan of.
Oh, I'm not a legend. Not yet.
Not yet, bro.
Your
Wow.
beard gang legend.
All right.
OG, young OG, you're getting there.
They're down top 5.
Yeah. And it's just funny how we have MI here. We've always been trying to get MI here. Aya and Steve, of course. I've been trying to get MI here for a minute. It hasn't happened. You had to go to South Africa. You came back. You didn't reply my WhatsApp anymore.
I didn't?
Yeah, you didn't.
I apologize.
But interestingly, Aya published an article yesterday, inspired by.
Connection failed.
Was
Let's
on
connect
Wednesday.
again.
Was on Wednesday, inspired
I
by.
don't think it came out just recently.
No, it was on Wednesday.
Was on Wednesday.
Somehow it started.
Yeah.
No.
Spread like
I read it because of. You sent me the link
Yeah.
the day it came out.
No, the boys song. That's the one I sent you.
Oh,
the
okay.
link. Yeah.
So he sent me the link or whatever.
Yeah.
A link. And I saw the article. I read the article because of Odunsi the Engine.
Okay.
So what Odunsi the Engine, he sent me a message yesterday and he
Shout out
said,
to Dose.
we've been working on music together. And he said it's happening. He said the energies are aligning. That whatever music you have happening, it's happening automatically. So I laughed to him. I'll show you when I leave. So everything I say here will be fact and I will have evidence. And I said, let me accelerate the process. That's my last tweet to him. And then as soon as I said that, I went in on
You did the
AOT2.
Twitter.
So this is all a
Twitter
build up
storm.
to releasing Young Denzel.
It's not a build-up. It's
Plot twist.
it's a real reaction that I wouldn't have put out. You know that last time I spoke to you one-on-one.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
Yeah.
And I always say about the beef in the industry, people don't really know the real beef, right? But because I've had beef with two people, neither Kelly Handsome or Iceberg Slim.
Yeah.
I've had real beef with two people, real beef, where I was warned, don't show up in Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
If you come, you die, And but yeah, so we're here. Sorry, let me not dominate. I just want to say something, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
We might pass through some tense moments.
Yeah.
But I want you to know I will listen
Yeah.
to whatever you say, your opinion, and I also expect to be listened to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. So, like I said, you're here based off, the article and, the conversation. You went on a long rant on Twitter about,
AOT.
Was it a
AOT2.
rant? I think I was just expressing myself.
Okay, let's just say
It was a rant.
expression.
Twitter rant,
So
yeah.
it was a rant, right? About, AOT2. You called me vulture.
No, I didn't say you're a vulture. I said vulture behavior.
Okay, so culture vulture.
Yes. And I was referring to him,
Yeah.
but I said I told you that
Yeah.
we don't want vulture behavior.
Vulture behavior.
Yes.
Told him to purge his soul.
Yes.
I think he's been drinking
He
Isal ever
needs
since.
to purge his soul.
Yeah, he needs to purge his soul.
Well, last time I checked, my soul was fine though.
Your soul
Yeah.
is not fine, my brother.
So that's why we're here, right? And we're here to have that great conversation.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just glad we're doing it on on the podcast, and we have Emma here to just have that conversation.
Yeah.
I also want to
Yeah.
say that I have respect for you guys, what you guys are doing. I've tried to do podcasts. Me, Luce and I are doing a podcast now. I love podcasting. I think it's dope.
Yeah.
I know that in the whatever monetary gains or whatever will be very long term. But you guys are definitely the OGs of doing that. And
Thank you.
especially from you, like, you are, I mean, if you think about INE, you think about Biomishori, you think about Ife and some, people that have played that role, INE Mashang, people that you can say in media are OGs. You're definitely like the young OG, you know what I mean? And
Thank you.
I'm only here out of respect.
Thank you very much.
Most times I just
Thanks.
ignore
I appreciate it.
stuff. I was talking to him.
Okay, sorry. Don't let me button.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
But shout out to you guys. I've listened to a few episodes. I think the one with Ikechukwu was dope.
I was just mad by his stuff at the end.
I don't know if he's mad.
Because
It was dope.
it just felt like everybody now started focusing on just that and not those incredible stories.
Yeah.
You know, like we brought all these albums, we discussed about it, we played Gold
Yeah.
Hard,
Yeah.
which is top.
Did it get them to listen to the podcast though?
Oh, Ikechukwu.
No, like did that part at the ending get them to listen to the podcast?
I guess it did.
You did
Well,
because one
that's
of the highest,
job done, I
Yeah.
highest streams.
Yeah, yeah,
So work done.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, shout out to you. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the team. Good job. Okay,
Great.
sorry,
So
proceed.
let's just get back to it. So Emma, I just want to ask you. I mean, you went on the rant, but what in particular are you not happy about that article? Because I read the article, you know, and we also talked about it,
Yeah.
and it seemed very balanced.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very
Yeah.
much. I have one overarching issue which I shared with you when we spoke. You and I spoke for about an hour and a
Yeah.
half
Yeah,
at a basketball game.
Yeah.
Everybody was shutting down the lights, we were still talking.
yeah,
And I wasn't happy that day. I wasn't happy because I felt you did a clickbait article about Chocolate City. Not because I wanted you to be positive for Chocolate City, but because I just expected more from you. Now, I have an expectation. I use the word culture vulture. It's funny that actually the initial meaning of the word culture vulture is not a negative one. It's just somebody that's into something.
Yeah.
But now it's come to mean somebody that preys on
Yeah.
art.
yeah,
Right? And the reason why I feel that way is because media has an important role to play in the Nigerian agenda of moving entertainment forward.
yeah.
Right? You guys work for a company called Ringier, right?
Yeah.
Ringier was established in 1883, right?
1888.
1888. Those long time ago.
Yeah. Feels
And the investment, how much would you say the investment in Nigeria has been dollar-wise?
I mean, you know, quite an amount of money.
Millions of
Yeah,
dollars,
yeah.
Abi? So here you have the Nigerian Ringiers, two boys, fresh out of university, believe that they can do something on the music scene, Audu and Paul, and they started by themselves. They're using their salary every week. They sign a guy called Jeremiah Gyang, who's also from Jos. I mean, what we're talking about is poverty, from nothing.
True.
And this story is everywhere. It's about Don Jazzy and D'banj sleeping in the car. It's about Olamide. I don't even have details of that story, you know, but coming from nothing, right? And trying to make it. And we have our most eloquent moments, our most downloaded moments be at the point when we are inevitably at our weakest. Because it's not normal for a young person to by himself establish companies and make it and success. It's not normal. What Nigerian artists are doing is outside the norm, right? It's outside, it's abnormal. They're being superhuman. And what media should do, just like Hollywood did, just like the music entertainment industry did, and told us, oh, it's perfect, everything is perfect, and they positioned us. Because we have a unique moment now where everybody's looking at Nigeria. And what our media should do is our media should tell the stories now. Whether or not the story is positive or not is not my angle. If you sit down with MI, you interview MI, and you say at the end of the day, MI is actually not who he used to be. Write that story. I've never, ever, ever attacked anybody for that. I've attacked somebody for saying things. In fact, you on your show called Facts Only, one of the facts that you said, which was a lie, was that Jesse had said he had 4 albums ready and MI was holding them back.
But that's what he told me. So I'm not lying.
But it is a lie.
Okay, but that is what he told me.
Yes,
I'll
but
go
that's
send that
not.
to you,
But
bro.
that's.
Yes, man.
But listen.
Facts.
But listen. That's not what you said. What you said was that Jesse tweeted, and Emma is holding it back, and it's not a fact. Those albums did not exist. No. Listen.
But I didn't
Listen.
say Jesse tweeted. I said.
No, that's what you said.
I
You said Jesse tweeted.
I said Jesse said.
You said Jesse tweeted.
Oh, I said Jesse has albums.
Yeah, you said Jesse tweeted.
I
I remember. It was me you were talking about. I remember. We can go back and
But if you didn't
check.
tweet,
Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'll take it back.
Yeah.
But here's the point I'm trying to make is that that's my expectation from, and I share this expectation with you.
Yeah.
I said to you, you could be a legend too, right? And my expectation is that you direct this great company in Nigeria, you direct them to be a partner in moving the entertainment industry by telling the truth.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can tell the truth without investigating, without finding out, without listening, without paying attention. Do you know how many albums came out from Chocolate City in the first like 5-6 years? It's almost like 7 albums that came out that were recorded. Do you know how many computers those albums were recorded on? Do you know? Do you know where they were recorded? You don't know. So when you write a story and you say, oh, Chocolate City is not doing well or whatever, or where we are, you're writing half a story. You're telling one's point of view. And guess what? There's no problem with that, because as we ended the conversation that day, what did I say to you? I said, you're doing a job. But my expectation from you is that even though you've been given a job, is to tell the truth despite your job. And that's how I ended that day with you.
Yeah.
I said, even though you have a job to do, I get it. I see, the pause clips, everybody's laughing. We go and interview someone on the street. It's funny, everybody's laughing. We get 100,000 views. I get it. But Osagie, real fan of the culture, somebody that every musician respects, somebody that everybody has read your words and known that this is somebody that can critique my music. I want to hear what he has to say. Should we bump those guys? We want to hear what they have to say. If they say it's a bad album, I want to go back. My expectation from you is that you tell the truth. And that when we are struggling, that you fight with us. That when things are tough, when somebody's doing something spectacular, you sell that story so people can see. Because what Chocolate City did up till today and where we're going, there's a spectacular story there. Of course, there's many sides to the story. There's many elements to the story. And I don't want to focus on Chocolate City. I saw the Maven story that he wrote also.
Yeah.
I did my research before I came here. But there are many sides to the story.
Yeah.
Right? And that's all I want. I would pray that wherever Osagie was would be the company that when he left, people said, there they did journalism. There they spoke about the music business. There this guy was able to go to Maven's studio and sit down and say, what's going on?
Yeah.
He called Dr. Sid and said, what's going on? And let me tell you, you can't make those calls without respect. You can't speak to those people. That's what you have. That's why I want you to give your guys respect.
He has it.
Okay.
Okay.
He has it.
Okay.
What's next
So
on the agenda?
totally understand your point of view.
Yeah.
What I would say, in response to that is, journalists, what we do is we curate history, right?
Yeah.
Very important.
Hmm.
I was having this conversation with Joey. Shout out to Joey Akan, our music editor. I was having this conversation with him. I said, Joey, it is very important we curate everything as is happening, right? Because 600 years from now, Nigerians would want to research and say, what were the best albums 600 years ago? The only answer to that will be a Google search, and they will see the article. Because 600 years from now, everybody's dead, everybody's gone, right? Do we know what happened in the 60s? We don't know. We always have to go and research. We don't know who fought in the World War II now. We don't know who the captains, the majors, the generals were. We always have to go back and research. And it is our duty as journalists to curate everything that is happening at every moment.
That's all I want, my brother.
Now, I will have to say that, and this is what my OGs taught me. If 10 good things happen, report all 10 good things. If 10 bad things happen in succession, report all 10 bad things. The person you're writing about, is he going to be happy? Probably not. Right? But it is your duty as a journalist to chronicle everything that is happening because you are curating history. That is what I have to say. That's my direct response to that.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
And the second thing is,
his article, he said that.
So can I just add to what you just said before you jump on?
Yeah.
Nigerian music history, right?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I'm listening to
I want to hear what he has to say. Go ahead.
If you look back, 60s, 70s, 80s, we had a lot of legends, King Sunny Ade, Fela Kuti. If you go back in time, we cannot see anything about their music.
Nothing.
Only about their lifestyle.
Nothing.
The journalists before us failed to curate what was happening then.
William Onyebo.
Thank you. William Onyebo is a perfect example. When he died, it was when a lot of us knew about this guy. How come we didn't read that in Punch somewhere? Somebody critiqued his album or reviewed his album. Yeah. The problem is with journalism in the 80s, 70s, and 60s, they focus more on gossip and soft sell. What we are trying to do is that, you know what, like he said, 40 years from now, what were the good things that happened? What were the bad things that happened? When the Chocolate City album came out, they had Millie, everybody in it.
It's one of the best group albums ever. Let's talk about that.
I was on the Admiralty Road, we were recording me and Daniel. Yeah. I was screaming my voice. I had a sore throat that day, and I said, Chalk Boys 2.0, which I coined, by the way. Chuck Boy still
Shout out
put,
to
oh,
you.
it's the future of this thing. I said, finally, Chocolate City put out an album that is dope. I praised that album everywhere I went to. Because I saw that album.
So you said finally, Chuck Boys have put out an album that's dope, and that's
No,
praise.
Chuck Boys.
No,
Chuck
the-
Boys
that Chuck
together.
Boy- Chuck Boys together.
Yeah.
Because you said
Not-
finally. That's the statement is finally.
No,
they
Chuck
put out an
Boys.
album.
No,
Chuck
Chuck
Boys,
Boys
Chuck
group.
Boys.
No, not individually. We all know individual. So all together, right?
I just want to be sure.
No,
about what
yeah,
you
yeah.
praise
You
is.
actually
Is that
think-
praise?
No, it is
a
praise.
praise.
Hold on, Emma.
They put out an
Are you
album that's
actually
dope.
thinking
No.
Ayo would say that was the first dope album
No,
that came from the label?
Well,
Nah.
Ayo, let me ask you a question. Ayo,
Yeah. Feel free.
Are you a good journalist?
I won't say I'm a good journalist. I think
Do you believe you are great?
I'm one of the best.
Okay.
Top 5 dead or
going to-
alive.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Great to be determined by
This is
when
your
I
boy.
leave.
This is your boy.
No, not by him. I say
Yeah.
great to be determined by when I
Okay.
throw
I'm
my
here.
pen down.
Guess what?
Throw my-
Your first court case is happening now, right?
Wow, for real?
And let me tell you something. I'm going to allow you to also ask me hard questions. Before I came here, a lot of people were asking me, like, what happens?
Yeah.
I have never in my life,
Yeah.
never had a vendetta towards people that critique me. Let me tell you something.
History shows that you don't like being critiqued.
Let me tell you something.
History shows that you don't like
Let me
being
tell you
critiqued.
something. The reason Young Denzel is not here today is because I played it for a group of young artists and they told me this album is trash. And we started again this year, right? Within my circles, now I can only tell you, just the same way you're defending him, you say, oh, he's one of the top 5 dead alive,
Yeah.
top 5 dead alive. My people will tell you
Name the last
that
one.
I sit down, I listen, right? And I listen to critiques. But you can't know that just the same way I can't know if he's great. I can only read his articles
Yeah.
and see all the grammatical errors
Yeah.
and the improper syntax and,
And the-
judge him
and-
based
and-
on
and
that.
the great stuff he
and
puts out.
judge him based on
And the
that.
great stuff he puts
No,
out.
it's great because the artists he's talking about are great. If I'm going to remove the content, I'm going to read his words. And that's why I said the
I don't-
improper syntax and
Well, then-
grammatical errors.
But then I can argue
That's-
with you. How many Ayomide articles have you
I
read?
before
How many have you
today,
read?
I read
Have
at
you
least
read?
15.
15.
Yes.
It's too small.
Yes,
Fine.
because
It's too small.
okay, but I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
I'm asking you a question about
Who?
greatness.
Yes.
No,
Now,
no.
in your
let him land,
article,
let him land, let
in
him
your
land, let
Just
him
article,
land.
question him and
Yes.
I'll tell you.
you see why he's a legend? You see what he's doing for you?
Yeah,
He's
no.
not a legend.
He
See,
can say,
the reason
chill,
why I'm sitting
chill.
here.
The
let me give you-
OG.
Let me give
The
you.
OG.
Let me give you.
Defend your boy.
No.
He obviously can't defend himself. Go ahead.
But let him go to bat for himself.
Let me go.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Let him go
He's
to bat
trying
for
to
himself.
play us.
No, so
I
let him
agree.
go to bat for himself.
Ayo,
just want
I'm
to
asking
say-
you a question.
I just want to say
Ayo,
something.
Ayo,
Reason why I'm
I'm
sitting
asking you a
here.
question.
Hold on.
Chill.
Go ahead.
Let him go.
Em might say, oh, you read it and it's all grammatical errors in it.
Yeah.
And I can point like 10 tracks of yours that I don't feel that I consider whack. Does it take away from your greatness?
Yeah, no.
No.
But here's
No.
But
So
here's the
if you
point.
see something, I say, oh, it's not
Here's the
bad.
point.
Hey.
Here's the point. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, you feel free.
Am I great?
You are great.
Ask me the same question about yourself.
What kind of trick question is that?
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
in
no.
primary 6 yet.
I believe I'm great. You believe I'm great.
Yes.
You believe you're great. Ask me the same question about yourself.
I don't need your opinion because I know I look in the mirror
So
and
you
I know
can't
I'm
ask me
great.
the question,
Fam.
right?
Ask anybody else.
Okay.
Hold on,
Ayo.
Emma,
Hold on. I want you to ask me a question. I want you to ask me
I
a question.
don't need any other person's opinion to
Chill,
let you know
chill.
who I am.
Ah,
But look, guys.
Yo,
Hold on. I want to ask
chill.
Ayo a question.
Yeah.
Hold on.
feel free.
Hold on.
But I'm going to ask you another
Meanwhile,
question too.
greatest podcast you ever did in your life.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Fam. Hold on.
Ayo.
I just want to
Ayo.
say, we had a podcast with the guy who took the photo for
Oh,
reasonable
you being so
doubt.
defensive right
No,
now.
I'm
Let's
just saying,
go, man.
Jonathan
Come on.
Mannion.
Shout out to
Hey.
you. Shout out to
Are you greater than Jonathan Mannion?
So,
He might be.
Are you greater than Jonathan?
I wanna
Answer
ask
my
you a
question
I wanna
now.
ask you a
Hey,
question.
listen, fam.
Who the-
In the
who
context
is
of
Jonathan
You just said
Mannion?
something about
Fine,
greatness.
fine.
You look at yourself.
No, he didn't listen to
whatever.
me.
So
My brother,
let's just
Jonathan
go.
Mannion.
I know it's
go.
bants,
Let's
it's
go.
bants, it's
Let's go.
Jonathan
bants,
Mannion
it's bants.
took pictures of me.
Yeah.
Jonathan Mannion is okay. He's the OG. Let me
It's
be
fine.
careful.
Let's
Let me
move
be
on
careful.
from this.
But let me tell you who I respect.
Yeah.
I respect Kelechi Amadi, who took the picture of
God.
MI2.
See what I say? This
And
is,
what I'm trying to
this
say to you is that
this is
I'm about my
I like
all
to get-
African. Let me tell you, there's something you need to understand about me. In 2010,
Yeah.
I was in America.
Yeah.
Before I speak, I don't want to give a big shout out to Wizkid and everything Wizkid is doing. Wizkid is one of the most important Africans in recent times.
Truth.
Now, when I stood and I looked around America, I said, I gotta go back home. Because if we're not careful, they're gonna take everything we're doing and ship it to America. And I came back home, and that's been my focus. So, shout out to Jonathan Mannion. That's dope. He was around with a camera at the time that some of the greatest artists in the history of the world were making music. Right? Years communicated stress and oppression communicated in this brand called hip hop, and he was in New York and he was able to take pictures of the people that were making the music. And in Nigeria, in Jos, in 1981, his son was born,
God damn
Abaga,
it.
who would come out, and Kelechi Amadi, a fucking legend,
Yeah.
took pictures for free. I couldn't afford to pay him. He took pictures for free of me in his
actually
suit.
having a
He
conversation
created that
about
set.
if Emma is
Now,
greater
here's the
than
point.
Jonathan
Now,
Manu. This is all-
now,
this is
listen.
the kind of-
No,
let
no,
him
no.
answer his
Ayo, I'm
Let
back
him
to
answer
you.
his
I'm back to you,
questions.
Ayo.
I'm trying to avoid that, yeah.
Your premise and your article
Yeah.
was that everything has gone cold, right?
I don't feel the songs are hard no more. I don't.
Yeah.
So he's right.
It's
Wait,
your
what
opinion.
do I say about it?
It's
Look
your
at the end of
opinion.
the article.
It's your opinion. No, what
Not
you said.
sincerely a fan.
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah, but if
my
fan
brother.
put up his opinion, right?
Yeah.
So stand by that opinion. That's
I'm standing by that. Yeah,
So you say everything has gone cold.
No,
Everything
same
has gone
energy,
cold.
same
That's what I'm
motherfucking
saying.
energy.
Same
Yeah,
fucking
Ayo.
energy.
Energy,
Let's
nigga.
go.
Ayo.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You said everything has gone cold.
Yeah.
Now, did you research how well the album Chairman did? Because it is your opinion. What you said
You
in
said,
it.
see,
What you said in it?
Osagie,
Wait, hold on.
Osagie,
Osagie, hold
Osagie,
on. What you said in the article
Yeah.
is that the fan in you loved the album and you loved the collaborative process of the album.
The first. But
Yes.
the shelf life.
That's what you said.
I didn't fuck with it. Yeah.
Then you said, but there was no shelf life on the album.
Yeah.
Now, did you research about the shelf life of the album?
First of all, yes, we did because we said it here on this.
What was the
podcast.
research that you found?
iTunes is still in the top 5.
Okay.
Well, guess what? In that top 5,
What are
isn't
the
there-
sales?
Wait, sorry. In that top 5, right? Isn't there Whiskey's second album in it?
Yes.
Yeah. In the history of Whiskey's career, his solo career, what is his wackest album?
Yes.
Second
How many albums does he have?
He has three. He has
Three.
3 solo albums and 1
It's the least
collaborative
album.
Yeah.
album.
What's his third album?
sounds from the
Sounds for
No,
the
no,
answer's
no,
album.
no, no, no.
It's an album.
Are we talking about whack albums
Hold
or
on.
we're talking about
My brother.
shelf
No,
life?
he's talking about He's talking
My
about
brother.
It's Beyond on iTunes.
My brother.
Okay.
You're
A
talking
fan,
about.
as a fan of Wheezy, I'll tell you, I do not like Ayo. The saving grace of that album
Is
was
Ojo Elegba.
Elegba. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Chairman can do the numbers, but for me, a fan,
So
who
what
you
does
get down for?
what
you
does
do
shelf
me-
life mean, my brother? You're the OG. Please educate. We're having an argument. I want you to educate me. What does shelf life mean?
Shelf life means people are going to the shelf to still, take it off the shelf. People are still
Okay,
buying it. People
hold
are
on.
still streaming it.
Okay, my brother.
People are still
my
being
album
impacted by that shit.
3 years later. That's not what shelf life means, my brother.
Okay,
That's why I
what
said you
does
need to purge your soul.
No,
listen,
for what?
Listen,
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
listen to me.
Yeah, go ahead, Em.
Shelf life. The OG just said to us,
Young
shelf life
OG,
is about
young OG.
sales.
Yeah.
And my album is the top 5. Only Whiskey and I are in the top 10 from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Only Whiskey and I are maybe in the top 20. I haven't done the research.
So you can't
And the
say it doesn't
question,
have a great shelf
so
life.
what do
That's
you
dead in the
mean?
water.
What did
Can
you
I-
mean
can I-
when
can
you
I-
said
can I-
shelf
can I
life?
interject?
In the context of
Can
why
I-
I wrote it.
Can I,
So,
Okay,
can
so
I
what do you mean by
interject?
shelf life?
Oh,
That's
guys,
what we're trying
can
to
I
do.
define this shelf life? You guys, I'm calling.
No, you didn't write the article. my brother.
OG,
So let him
OG,
go. No,
OG,
you didn't write the
OG was
article.
strong. OG still
Calm down.
defining shelf life.
Chill.
No, Ayo, OG still defining self life, and I did my own because I knew you would bring this argument up about it. We said it on this podcast that these are the 2 albums that have always been there. Yes or no, Ayo?
Yeah.
We've always talked about it on the podcast.
Why are they there?
We just defined that, but let me
Why
know.
are they there?
They are there because 3 singles from that album are really hot, and that is what has kept it there.
That's for Whiskey?
No, for you.
Okay.
Because
What's
I
the
did my
reason? What's the
research with
reason?
the
Okay.
good
What's the
fellows at
reason?
iTunes,
So-
and I have found from research that if people play at least 3 records constantly or are buying, then it will go there.
So,
okay.
the question is this.
I'm trying to say,
For
I'm
whatever
trying to
reason,
say, see,
an
standard
album-
for fact, it is your weakest album, and we're trying to say that.
How is that for facts?
No.
Osagie, do you understand what the word facts mean?
You don't want to. Okay. It is your weakest album, yes or no?
That's your opinion.
What
Is
do
it your weakest album, Ima? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
So what's your weakest album out of your first 3 albums?
Out of my first 6 albums.
3
My
albums.
first
3
6
albums. Take
No,
the
no, no.
mixtapes
No, no,
away.
no, no,
Your
Emma,
albums. Don't do that mixtape thing with me. Don't do
3
that
albums,
mixtape
3
shit with
mixtapes,
me.
1 collab
Your
album.
studio
You have a
albums
weak
that you
album.
took and you distributed hard copy. They are all here. All 3 albums.
Okay.
What is your weakest album?
He's here, bro.
No. Let's fucking do
My
this
nigga
shit
been
right
waiting.
now.
Let me ask you a question.
Right now. What is your weakest album?
Okay.
Chairman is your weakest album. Production quality, 100%. Collaborative process, 100%. Lyrics, fucking whack. I'm telling you, that is what it is. If you have all these bloody motherfucking yes men around you that can't tell you the fucking truth,
Like who?
I am going to. No.
who?
This is not a shit to you.
No, I don't care about who
because-
you're short to. I just want to understand where you're going.
because you're sitting here doesn't mean that.
I just want to know
Totally
where you're going.
different. You know the respect,
bro. Like,
Loose,
yeah,
you know the
yeah.
respect I have for you.
Yeah, but
I've
you
been
can't say
following
somebody's
you from
surrounded by
Bachelor-
yes men without
I've been
calling out
following
yes
you
men.
from. I don't give a fuck about this. That's how important it is. I've been following you since Bachelor
Man
Boys,
nigga.
and
Man
you know
nigga.
I have so
Man
much
nigga,
respect
let's go.
for you.
Let's
And
go.
I've always
back to me.
championed
Back
you.
to me. Finish.
Right. This is your weakest album.
Okay.
Right? And it wasn't generally accepted, even though we fucking like the singles like Bullion Van. What's the other one? There's another one that is nice, but Bad Belle, do you understand? Fucking good singles, right? Collaborative process, dope. But it is your weakest album. And you can't tell us as journalists or fans that it isn't your weakest album. After that album, fam, it went cold.
Okay.
This does not take
Osagie.
away. Let me just land.
Okay.
It doesn't take away from your greatness. It doesn't take away from the impact you have made. We always say this on this podcast, and I've said it everywhere. I did a fucking facts only on this.
Sure.
I said top 5
Osagie.
MI. On my last facts only. What was I talking about? Hip hop. I said MI made it sociable. MI made hip hop. You see where MI took hip hop to?
Okay, you're moving. I want to respond to you.
Oh yeah, go
First
ahead.
of all,
Yeah.
you're getting emotional. You're yelling at me. You're using words like fucking. Your album was fucking whack. Listen.
Are you
listen,
telling me I'm getting
Wait,
emotional? What the hell were you doing on Twitter yesterday? Are you telling me I'm getting emotional? Of course I'm emotional.
I told you I would listen to you as I did.
Yeah.
And I told you to listen
All
to
right,
me.
I'm
Don't
listening.
interrupt me.
I'm listening.
Do not interrupt
No,
me.
it's
Now
fine.
listen.
It's fine. I'm listening.
Listen. Don't use words like fucking whack at me because I'm not doing the same thing at you. Okay?
Okay.
So I accept your apology that you've not yet said. Now listen.
I apologize.
Listen to you. In the realm of opinion,
Yeah.
my weakest album is Talk About It. And let me explain to you
What?
why. Let me explain to you why.
No, let
me explain to you why.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Lyrically,
Yeah.
Talk About It was at the time when I didn't have to do too much to get my point across. There's a song like AOT2 that everybody loves, everybody
That's the
heralds
point
as a
of the
classic.
album. That's the
Stop
point of the
interrupting me, my
Sorry,
nigga.
sorry,
Stop
go ahead.
interrupting me.
Go ahead.
I say, call me M.I., Mr. Incredible, Most Immaculate Mike Inspector, Music Innovator, Mankind Innovator, M.I. on the M.I.C. He got a lot of swag, though he's not M.P. He got... What am I saying? What am I saying? I'm not saying anything. When you listen to the lyrics, it was right for the time, but I, as the writer, in fact, one of the times, Terry the Rapman called me out on a song called Money. He said I had a lyric that said, life is like oil, it gets crude. And he said, no, crude gets oil, not oil gets crude. And I remember when I was going into MI2, I said, man, I can't make mistakes like that. That's for MI, for Talk About It. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, on Chairman, what I understand about the waves and the rise of music is that there is a time at which everything you say will be accepted, however you put it out, right? But at the time of Chairman, there are 2 mistakes I made about Chairman. Number 1, naming the album Chairman, because the single Chairman, which wasn't ready when we put it out, sort of gave it the vibe or whatever. But when it comes down to the music, an album that had 2 sides, an album that had Human Being, that had Brother, that had Enemies, that had The Middle, that had all these songs inside, somebody cannot tell me what my opinion is. However, we are not discussing opinion. What we are discussing, you're an OG and I expect you to have at least the intelligence to understand the difference between the two. Your opinion is that Chairman is my weakest album. It is your opinion. If you write an article that says my opinion is, I will have no problem. If you say Chairman album had no shelf life and I'm able to show you that 3 years later, only 2 albums, Nigerian albums, are in the top 10. I can tell you that your article is garbage because that is not a factual statement. Am I correct?
But this is not the first time.
Am I correct? Am I correct?
It's relatable.
No. I'm asking you a question about fact, Osagie.
No, but
Like, help me understand if you understand what a fact is.
so at the end,
Is it a fact that the Chairman album had no shelf life? Is it a fact?
it's not a fact.
It's not a fact. In fact, is it a fact that Chairman album has a great shelf life?
But-
Is it a fact? I'm
Can I-
asking you a
can I-
question.
can
Is
I-
it a fact that
no, no.
Chairman album had a great shelf life?
No.
Oh, it's not the
Can I-
top 5
can I-
on iTunes?
Can I respond to my no?
Okay, go ahead.
My no being that, how many people are buying these records on iTunes and are in Nigeria?
No, but of
No,
all
no,
the people
I'm
that are
just saying-
buying,
I'm just saying-
does Chairman
I'm just
have
saying-
more of a shelf life than others?
Can I ask you a question also?
Yes, okay.
Right? So we are tying this whole shelf life to a demography of people that actually have access to iTunes, which is incy-bincy when you consider the Nigerian
So what
market.
demographic do you want to use?
No, because these are largely a large percentage
but
of these
you-
people are people outside
Yeah, my brother,
Nigeria
my
now.
brother.
How many people have access to
Yeah,
iTunes?
but my question is this.
My second question
what
is, how many
demographic
people
do you
have-
want to use? Stop running from the question.
I'm not running from the question.
What
You're not letting me
demographic do you
land.
want to use?
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
I'm going to get there. My question is, or my statement here is, you have a small demographic of people buying these albums. So you are tying your whole shelf life basis or argument right now to a small demographic of people who are not even in Nigeria. Because
hold on,
let
hold
me
on,
finish.
hold
Can
on.
I finish?
Yeah.
Can I finish? Because a lot of people have not been able to even access iTunes until Zenibank just, now the DCC, now digital currency converter, right? So I mean, that's
Osagie,
happening.
you're an intelligent guy.
Man, now it leads me to my question.
Did you study math in university?
No, can I? It leads me to my question. My question now is, would you tell me from sales or hard copy sales? Now, of course, it's also relatable. 2008 was different from 2014.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
context and nuance. This is why you're the OG. And
that's why I just stated.
That's why I just stated my brother.
Hold on.
Okay,
We're having a conversation and everybody now is bringing nuance. Niggas ain't got access to the internet. Well, you should have had that nuance in the fucking article and we wouldn't be here right now, right? Because now numbers show you that you can't say something didn't have a shelf life. So own that L. Don't start giving me nuance.
I ain't owning shit.
Let me ask you a question. Ayo.
I said
you did math in school.
Come on, man.
Wait, hold on. You did math in school, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
How are polls created? Do they poll everybody in the country?
They take a sample size.
They take a sample size.
Yes.
That means that I can't poll everybody, but I can take a sample size.
Yeah.
Now, if you have another sample size that you want to use, because I'm bringing iTunes, listen, the people that have put out albums, so let me finish. The people that have put out albums since the sample size of iTunes came out are Two-Face, Timaya, Davido, Olamide. I put out 2 albums in that period. I don't control iTunes. I don't go to iTunes and tell them put my album up. I release my album like everybody else. From the total sample size of all Nigerians that are on iTunes, that are mainly not in Nigeria, my album is top 5.
Good.
3 years later. Now, if you have another sample size, because you've explained to the OG, he was having a little bit of trouble understanding that, but you've explained, thank you. You've explained to the OG about sample size.
Yeah.
The question is, what other sample size do you use? Because, Ayo, the easiest thing for you to say is that, which is the correct thing, and you know it's the correct, is
I don't know.
you don't know what I'm going to say yet, but is that when I said the album didn't have shelf life, the actual connotation of what that statement meant isn't what I meant. What I meant to say is that as a fan, the music didn't have the impact that MI's former albums had. But your statement was wrong, right? You're a writer, and that's why I'm holding you to. Your words have meaning. No, your words have meaning. When you say shelf life, you're referring to something.
We can research
and that's
shelf
not
life.
we can. So
okay,
you said what you're saying is about impact.
Find out that shelf life is quite different from the impact. So
are you talking about?
So he was talking about impact.
So impact, right?
Which
yes,
of my albums has been my least impactful?
Chairman.
Are you asking me? Of course, Chairman. Now let me ask you a question. What are the most impactful albums of the last 3 years or 4 years?
But I wasn't about the last album.
No. What you're saying in context is that compared to everybody else, MI is doing poorly. That's what you're saying. So I'm asking you, what are the impactful albums?
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Okay, first of all, the OG.
Before we go, you have to own that L, like that.
I own you shit,
own it.
man.
No, I don't. I'm not here for L. Ayo,
No, but I'm here for
you.
Like, he needs to understand that you misinformed the people who read that article.
No, because the people who read that article, that's what I was trying to say.
But I understood what you said about Chef Lion. I thought it was bullshit.
OG.
That's you, man. You be 1 out of the 10.
Don't leave me hanging, man. Come on, bro.
Really?
Yeah, so chill. Let me just say
So
this.
wait, you're telling me that it's okay for journalists to just write some shit, say some shit,
and then say, oh, that's
and
not what I
just say
meant.
that's not what I meant. Now, that shit is on the internet, like off of what went on Twitter. A bunch of people have read that article. Yeah. They've left with a certain impression.
Can I
Hold on. You're a respected journalist.
I'm respected.
I respect you.
Oh,
I
that's
respect
good.
you, right?
One
So I understand that. I respect you.
The views of Loose Kaynon are Loose Kaynon.
Yeah, I know.
These are
This is my MI. I know.
I respect you, so I understand that when Ayo says this about Nigerian entertainment, if there's 5,000 people reading it, there's maybe 4,500 that take it as word is born.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful about what you say.
I gotta put that in my CV though.
Right? Yes. So you have to be careful. So when you say, oh, this album was XYZ, the shelf life was trash, and the numbers tell you that the shelf life is doing great, you also need to own that. Like, I dropped the ball on that one. I misinformed the people. Am I making sense here?
You know, obviously.
So that's all I'm saying. Before we move forward, when somebody debunks a claim you made, own the L. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, and also I want to say this. We're in a period where albums are doing poorly. For everybody, right? Albums are doing poorly, and my album came out in that period. So for a statement like saying, this is MI's worst performing album. You can't say that without nuance. Any album now for an artist, any artist, wait, but listen to me. But listen to me, Osagie. Any album today for an artist that was around in 2008 would be their least impactful album today because people no longer consume
you guys
albums.
just aren't dropping fire anymore.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Yes or no?
Listen to me.
No, sorry.
No, Osagie, listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm just saying this is what I said was wrong.
Hear me out.
You're trying to say
Hear
this
me
as
out.
fact.
Because I'm going to ask you to present fact.
Go ahead.
Any album today, for an album that was, an artist that was around in 2008, would be their least impactful album. Now, I'm going to ask you to
mention those artists that blah, blah, blah. Because, sorry, just
give me one.
No, to say...
You don't have to answer now. You can take your time and think about it.
No,
okay,
let me answer. To say there is none doesn't mean that what you're saying is fact. Maybe you guys just dropped trash albums during that period. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you think Osagie understands what fact means?
No.
You said that there's none.
No, see, guys, hang on. You guys, you're trying to put it in... Ayo, hold on. You're trying to put it in context that everybody that released albums, the 08 era, who came from that era, boom, boom, boom. Right now, nobody released great albums. That now
we're not saying great. We're talking about impact.
Impact that had impactful albums in 2014. You are trying to use that to justify Chairman being a subpar album.
No.
Yes or no?
What I'm trying to...
Yes or no?
No, listen.
Okay.
To me, first of all, again, please, the words are important to me.
Yeah.
To me, I'm bothered about you calling my album a subpar album because it's not in my opinion. But in your opinion, it is.
So
and I accept that.
I would say, in my opinion, it's subpar album.
Subpar album. Now, all you need to do to prove that what I'm saying is wrong is to say to me that two things. Number one, there are rap artists, right, whose albums have proven to be performed better than yours in that period of time, 2014 to 2017. Number one, and number two. There are rap artists whose albums were in 2008 that today are dropping more impactful albums than they were in 2008. I'm going to expand.
I think I have one person.
Okay.
Fantastic. Just hang on a sec. Can I talk? Let me just open my...
No, but go on.
Yeah, go ahead, Aya.
Yeah, okay, so everything I've been said in the last 20 minutes,
I just don't want us to move from...
Three things out. When I wrote... what did you call it?
Sorry to cut you short. 2008, 2014, right? I have one person, AQ. AQ's first album was in 2008, Listen and Understand. He dropped a solid body of work in 2016 called Rose, which you A&R'd, and just dropped another solid body of work 2017 called Blessed Forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel
good?
Rose was more impactful
All right.
than
Listen and Understand.
Yeah, because of that, I accept.
Definitely.
Because
Rose.
Let me tell you something.
Rose was the best rap album last year. Sorry to cut you short. Rose and Fino's albums were the best rap albums last year.
Because of AQ?
Yeah.
I accept.
Right, good. I mean, as long as you accept.
Go and buy AQ's new album, everybody out there.
Please go and get AQ's
new album.
Even Blessed Forever and buy Rose as well.
Okay, well, first of all, I've been hearing, Emma's, sly OG stuff. I also put it out there that I actually started this shit before Osagie.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Ayo is the reason why
he's working in the net. The reason why he's working in the net because of me.
Yeah.
So if you're pulling out the OG, which I believe is factual in number of years you put in, I'm an OG. Yeah. But I don't go around carrying my cock.
Ayo, can I say something to you?
No, sorry, I don't go around carrying my cock. I'm just saying, I'm an OG and everything.
I want to apologize to him.
Yeah, because it's a young man's game. And, you need to learn every day. So I don't carry that, I have 10 years in the game. Like,
or because
I gotta apologize to you then.
Right?
Then,
Let me apologize to you. Let me apologize to you.
No, when you say OG, that's how many years is when really an OG. Fact, yes or no?
Yes.
Ayo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I accept your apology, bro.
I have no idea that you were in the game older than Osagie. Because Osagie is somebody I truly respect.
Okay.
Because of the quality of his writing.
Okay.
Right? And henceforth, I will never refer to Osagie as OG when you are in the building. Without referring to you also as OG.
I don't care about titles.
Because you're an OG. No, I understand that.
Obviously
I understand that. But let me say But let me tell you why. AOT. Listen to me, AOT.
People who need to know
because my fans are more than your fans. And my fans are watching and they're going to say, Emma respected Osagie and didn't respect AOT. And I apologize for that.
Thank you for saying
Now, let me say something though.
Yeah.
My standard for you as a writer has just recently increased, which makes my critique of you even more.
Okay.
Let me explain why. Because I was able to say, Osagie, I have never in my life critiqued an Osagie article. Let me tell you, one of the most disastrous articles for Chocolate City, Osagie wrote it. 8 months into her pregnancy, Ice Prince baby mama revealed to Ice Prince that she was pregnant. The day that Osagie found out is the day that Ice Prince found out. That same day, when Osagie wrote the article, Osagie wrote it like a world-class writer, my brother. I read the article, all of Chocolate City was heated, and I sat down and I read the article. Kaynon will tell you, I'm somebody that does not react. I sit down and I investigate for myself. And after that day, I told you, I said, forget all the reactions. This article let me know that you're a G. The article that Ayeni wrote about the bunch was an article that was so great.
That's who you should be calling OG.
Now listen, people that saw, no, come on. If you guys have put in 10 years,
OG.
yes, he's definitely an OG, of course. But if you guys have put in 10 years in the game, my brother.
I haven't done 10 years. I haven't done 10 years.
Okay, but you're close to 10 years. Yeah. You shall be respected, and I will respect you differently going forward.
Amen. Yeah.
But here's my point to you, my brother. My critique of you will be more. Let me tell you something, AOT, that you can't avoid.
Yeah, what's that?
Your writing and syntax is poor.
It's not. Sorry.
It's not. I don't agree.
I don't agree with
I'm going to pull out my phone. I'm going to read a few articles for you. I'm going to show you that your syntax is poor. Number two, you just admitted to writing something that you didn't mean.
He didn't admit.
I never said that. You niggas didn't allow me to say.
You guys are so are we on the same podcast?
Let me review. I felt that Kaynon proved to you right now that you said something that you didn't mean.
The lawyer.
The emotion of what you said is correct, which is that you didn't really fuck with Chairman album. It's your prerogative, my brother.
Yeah.
You understand? But what you said was that the album had no shelf life, right?
It's right there on the internet.
Right? It had no shelf life. And what I want to say to you is that, by fact, my album is the best performing album of the last 3 years in the rap category, and my mixtape is the
on
best.
iTunes with the demography of a large set of people outside the country.
Okay, so bring another demographic.
No,
Let's go
I'm
there.
not arguing that. I'm just, when you say on iTunes, I always just like to share the demography alongside the iTunes.
But is it a fact about the iTunes?
And is it a fact about the demography?
Yeah, they're both facts.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah, so have you brought another
I'm not bringing another demography. I don't need to bring another demography to you.
Kaynon,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
This is the problem.
I don't need to bring another demography to you. Sorry, let me just finish. I am just trying to say, when you do mention your album has been top blah 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 on iTunes, which is a fact, I just always like to bring the demography along, which is a large percentage. More than 90% of Nigerians don't consume content from iTunes.
Okay.
Yeah. But imagine.
But the Nigerians that consume on iTunes,
which is like maybe 1%.
Okay.
Yes.
You're confusing.
No, I'm not confusing.
Okay, but hold on. If 1% of Nigerians consume music on iTunes.
Guys.
Wait, hold on.
If everybody here consumed content on iTunes out of the whole Nigeria, and we all listen to MI's album will make top 5. But how many are we in this room? 1, 2, 3.
So the question
4,
I want to
5,
ask you
6,
is
7, 8, 10 people.
Yes, but if every rapper
Yeah.
has the opportunity to put their album on the same iTunes.
Yeah.
What I asked AOT is a question about how polls are conducted.
Yeah,
because there is no poll in the world. No, listen to me.
Let him.
There's no poll in the world that can poll everyone. So that poll can only ask a few people.
Truth.
Which is what iTunes shows you.
True, which is a small demography.
Right?
Incy-bincy demography.
Right? That's every poll in the world, my brother.
Yeah.
What you're talking about, what he's trying to break down is how every poll in the world is conducted.
True.
It's not everybody.
Surveys.
It's a few people. Yeah. In fact, for most surveys, it's a few people that have access to internet and probably have enough disposable income that they're at home to answer a survey.
True.
Yeah,
right?
True.
So every survey in the world has the same bias. All I'm saying to you is that if you have a different bias, state it, or in your article, say, even by this poll, this guy has done well. But by this other poll, he hasn't done well.
Can I ask a question?
That's all I'm asking.
Can I ask a question?
I'm attacking your fact. I'm attacking your syntax. Now, my brother,
can I ask a question?
AOT,
just to go back.
Sorry,
let's go back to this whole thing. Can you give me the sample size of people that actually access content on iTunes for us to have like a top 10? I'm not doubting the facts, and it seems that that's your strongest point. which is facts, but it seems to be like the only thing you're latching on to try to discredit what we're doing in general context, which we're getting there because you still called me a culture vulture, we're getting there.
Yeah.
But it seems to be like the only thing, which is fine.
Greatest podcast you ever did in your life.
Okay, I agree. Okay, I agree. It's all love at the end of the day.
It is.
You know, this is all love. And so my question now is, what's the sample size
Of iTunes?
of the people consuming this information
On
and-
iTunes?
Yeah, and I got to make chairman number 5. What's the sample size out of 200 million Nigerians?
I can tell you.
Say half or a
I can
quarter,
tell you.
50 million like to consume music,
I can
radio
tell you
everywhere, right?
That Chairman album
Yeah.
has made,
Don't do numbers.
please, has made over $120,000 combined since it came out 3
It's
years.
facts. It's facts.
Okay.
Yeah. It's possible. Yeah.
By whatever sample size in Nigeria. That's it.
Not in Nigeria,
That's in
around the
Nigeria.
world. Don't say in
No,
Nigeria.
in Nigeria.
No,
Okay.
you can't say Nigeria.
I'm saying that for artists,
You can't make
from
$128.
artists from
I do
Nigeria.
digital distribution
Listen,
for
but you
artists.
don't
listen.
know
You can't
the
make
numbers.
you
My
can't
brother.
make $120,
My brother.
$120,000 from iTunes Nigeria alone. It's not
Yeah,
possible.
my brother, listen
It's
to
not
me.
possible.
Listen
No
to me.
man, no call
Listen
dog
to
or
me.
a monkey for
Listen
me.
to
here.
me.
It's not
Listen to
possible.
Is when you say that
Listen.
shelf life statement was wrong.
Listen
Then
to
we'll
me,
just move on.
my brother.
'Cause it was
By
wrong.
any standard for an artist from Nigeria,
Right now
Yeah.
in your soul.
right?
You
That's
know it
making
was
music
wrong.
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's a dope
You know
number.
it was wrong.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All I'm saying to
is
you,
facts.
all I'm saying to you, Osagie, can you calm down and listen to me?
I'm actually very calm.
When AOT wanted to write an article,
Yeah.
let me explain to you what his thought was. AOT wanted to write an article that was not ass kissing to MI, was fair to MI, but also fair to the fans. And he wanted to say, my personal
You
opinion,
wanted to write an open letter.
yes, is that MI, your next album, please bring the fire.
Come
That's
through.
that's what I
This is what
felt.
every
through.
fan wants.
Yes.
Come through.
Now let me tell you something. Inside the
And
article,
which seems like you are
inside the
heavily
article,
disturbed by
yeah.
when
No, no, no,
everybody
no,
asks
no,
you to
no,
do
no,
so.
No, no, Osagie,
Let
what you're
him-
doing is you're shifting the narrative.
I'm not.
You're a smart guy. I know you know what you're doing.
I'm
Listen,
not.
listen to me. Inside the article, he had an arc. And the arc was that MI's next album needs to do well because MI's previous work have not been doing well. And for him to make that statement as a writer, I asked him, what facts do you have for that? It's the arc of the article that bothers me. And it doesn't bother me because he's saying something bad about me. It bothers me because if people are paying attention to him and he's a lazy or bad writer, I should be offended. He shouldn't talk about me.
First of all, I'm not a lazy or bad writer.
Okay. Now the question I asked you,
There's
my
an if
brother.
in there.
No.
No, I'm
I
just
said
saying-
if. I said if.
Some people have
But the
a glitch.
question I'm
there might be a
asking
glitch
to
in
you.
the podcast and they don't hear if. So
Yeah.
just-
Yeah, there was a
So-
glitch in
yes.
the article and you said shelf life was terrible. You
That's what I hear, nigga.
Yeah, so we can like
My nigga, you come.
Should we just give Loose an AOT2 boxing gloves?
Appreciate you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
look, I just
Do you know what? So, do you know the funny
Okay.
thing?
Yeah.
The only yes man I've seen on the podcast so far is Osagie. But I'll leave that.
Woo!
Let's proceed.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say you listen to Loose Talk Podcast. Thank you.
So far. Because
Yeah,
you've
so
defended your
thank
guy
you.
blindly without listening to
No.
the point I'm
Thank
making.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Loose Talk Podcast.
I do.
Thank you.
Osagie and AOT.
And Steve.
This is
Shout
why-
out to
and
Steve.
Steve.
Steve is in here.
Listen,
Shout out to Steve.
listen.
Steve is
Yeah.
with Super Eagles. Then he's
Listen.
traveling to Cameroon with them.
This is the core of what I want from you.
We have real jobs apart
My
from
album
the
is
podcast.
coming out
Wow.
very soon.
We know
Right?
that.
wow.
There's a journey that I've taken to it. Even today I had a meeting with my head of music and my head of business. They listened to the album. We're coming up with different ideas about how
Yeah.
to release it.
Yeah.
And I work so hard on my music. People don't have no idea. I don't write music to be popular. I write music because it's important. To go and rap on a song, hey, blah 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 blah, club this that. I can't do it. Do you know why? Because every artist that's come through me, I hold them accountable to that. I've A&R'd Jesse Jaggs, I've A&R'd Ice Prince, I've A&R'd Brymo,
Brymo,
Kokar,
great albums.
Victoria,
Jesse
all these
Jaggs,
people,
great albums.
right? In all this, I've had failures, I've had successes. I'm a human being.
Ice great album.
And guess what? Do you know something?
Which I wrote in the article.
And do you know something, my brother?
Yeah.
I've done it from sleeping on the carpet. The first computer that I got that we recorded our music on, I bought it from my pastor. I leveraged it against money I didn't have. I rented a house in Jos for money I didn't have. I told them I'm coming back, I'm going to Lagos. I did not know anybody in Lagos. I met Jeannie at one concert with Jeremiah, and that's how I came there. Now, here's the thing I'm saying to you. You have a unique opportunity. Emma is good. I'm good. If you don't know, I'm good.
Emma is great.
I'm good. No, I'm talking about good in life. I'm good because I've not hedged all my bets on music. I've bet on myself. I'm involved in so many things, in leadership, in things that have taken a lot of my time, right? But you have a unique opportunity. Odunsi, Tay. If you don't know, they were offended when you wrote the article.
Sure.
It wasn't you that wrote the article, it was Joey. That wrote the article about alternative music.
Yeah.
And the reason they were offended,
Osagie, I got it.
yes,
Yeah.
the reason they were offended was because the article wasn't written by somebody who even understands their journey. And he said the alternative sound and sort of give that shade and overarching shade. Now, with every company that Osagie is part of, and not because I respect him more, but because I know him more, right? And I respect him more, and your respect, as I read your articles going forward, we will grow that respect and that relationship, right? I did not come here to destroy, but to build. But listen, I charge you guys, let your writers be friends with the artist. Let your writers engage with the artist. Because these artists are up against a challenge that they cannot accomplish by themselves.
Fantastic.
These are young boys in Magodo, in Surulere, that are making music.
I like to respond.
Listen,
Yeah.
unless you sit in that studio with them, unless you get to understand them, unless you see from their point of view, you cannot write the right articles, and your articles cannot be great. Okay. Listen, we talk about Nigerian music. Nigerian music is the best form of creativity at competing with any other form in the world.
Yeah.
Our articles as a mean are terrible. You guys are even on the upside of what most people are writing. Guess what? The same expectation you have.
Break it down
Yeah,
so that
the same expectation you have from us musicians to raise the bar.
It's what you have from us.
Raise the fucking bar, Osagie.
Yeah.
Raise the fucking bar. Write an expose. Go and read when what's that rock Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Go and read Rolling Stones articles when somebody will hang out with an artist for 2 weeks and write.
Yeah.
That's what I meant when I said purge your soul. And I apologize to you because yesterday when I spoke to you, I did not know you were an OG.
And you were mad.
And I spoke to you.
You tweeted in anger.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I spoke to you like you were not an OG. Now I speak to you with respect. But go and read those articles and elevate yourself. Write articles that other writers can look around and be ashamed. Because I put it to you today, there's no writer writing today that makes other writers say, man, I got to clean my shit up. It's all the same banality across the entertainment industry.
Did you read my article on Nigerian music and internet fraud? Which went viral, by the way.
I
Maybe you
did.
missed it.
I didn't
I
read
read that.
I
You
didn't
read
read
that. You read that.
Okay. Now,
It's a good article.
let me just
Thank you.
let me
I read
respond. Fantastic. I like what you brought on the table. It's good. Let's discuss it.
Greatest
So-
podcast you ever did in your life.
Okay,
Get it.
Will you
We
on
need
the air?
to do a shirt. We need to do a shirt.
But will you on the air? No,
I
before
want
we
to
move on,
see
he needs to on the air.
Guys, let him talk. Let
That's
him talk.
merch.
I need
So
granules.
you're not going to on your air?
Please.
No.
Give me granules.
Can I just
Wow,
respond
guys.
to?
Go ahead.
Let me
Wow.
just respond.
Osagie, you ain't
Lose.
respond. I respond.
Lose the
That's what
lawyer.
we're doing here.
Lawyer lose.
That's what we're doing here.
Lose control the economy, chill.
Proceed,
All
madam.
right, great. Now, you talked about Joey's article where he had his opinion about alternative music. First thing we do at Pulse is that I want to give a shout out to all my writers. I'm very proud of them. I've worked with these young-minded people who struggle every day, like you struggled, right? Some come as far as Moe to work.
Really?
Yeah. Some people have to sleep at the office.
At this
People
office.
are interning. Shegun interned with us for how many months, Shegun? 6 months before we even started paying him salary, because we had filled up our internship space.
Shout out to you,
And
Shegun.
Shegun said,
Respect.
Shegun, you know what Shegun said? Shegun said, I just want to work. I don't care about money. And that's kind of energy. Well, I want to pay people, but that's kind of energy I want. People who are passionate about what they do. And for every article that's published, I stand by everybody. Joy wrote an opinion piece. Everybody's titled to an opinion. Sorry, yeah?
Yeah, and Shegun also wrote a counter opinion.
Shogun now wrote a responder immediately. How many days later? 2 days later to that same article, which the Odusi, shout out to Odusi, T and everybody, tweeted and shared with their friends. So everybody has their opinion. And Shegun had his opinion. Shegun is we call him country manager, SoundCloud Records. when you talk about upcoming artists and artists, right? And you called me a culture vulture. I'm going to talk about. You called me a vulture, whatever you called me. You know what you called me.
Are we going to address that right now?
No,
I did
it's
not.
coming. But let me tell you, there is no platform.
But for you to feel like that, I apologize.
It's fine.
No,
I apologize.
So let's get that
Fine,
out.
we talk about that.
Yeah.
We talk about that. We talk about the wappy days where I used to meet you and you were trying to sell me Jesse Jack's beat for 28,000 naira. You can't remember, Abi?
I do not remember.
Why is he
That's
selling
fine.
you Jags beat?
I don't remember.
It was hustling. It's fine.
Yeah, but why is he selling it to you though?
Because he was a rapper too.
Dude, you didn't know? Oh.
I don't know that.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't think it's factual.
No, it's fine. Because the song you did with Terry the Rap Man, I did the intro. You can't remember. It's fine if you don't know.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is there is no platform in
Meanwhile,
Nigeria.
I don't accept that story is true.
Well,
I'm
which
just
is fine.
telling
Which
you.
is fine. We could pull it up.
Go ahead.
Which is fine.
You could pull up the fact that I'm selling you.
The song.
Okay.
But you were trying to sell me Jesse Jack's.
No, I don't.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Don't worry.
God.
There is no platform
Mad.
in Nigeria that has promoted or showcased Nigerian artists
Come up.
on the come up like Pulse in the last 3 years. I
Facts.
beat my chest for that.
Facts.
We have a sheet and I'm going to share with you. Look at.
Donley.
Look
hey,
at.
yo.
Look at.
Hey,
Look
suit
at.
anybody.
Look at. How many is that list?
That's just 4
No,
names,
what's
though.
that?
Nigga, anybody.
100 and
Just
what?
4
110
Jazz.
artists. You
90s
don't know
baby.
a lot of these artists here. We discover people, we bring them in from GMK, shout out to Monster Boys, to Santi, who's my cousin by the way, to Odunsi.
Wow.
Ayo reviewed Tay in 2000 and what?
Let me say, July 22, 2014, there's a
He reviewed Tay before you ever thought of even sampling him on your
On
record.
the net. Who the
Bro.
fuck knew
Do you understand?
2014.
No, I'm just saying. No, it's fine.
Don't make- don't-
No, sorry.
Don't ask that question.
Ayo,
Don't ask
you
that
are trying
question.
to discredit.
I knew
No, it's
Tay-
okay, it's cool, it's
Excuse
cool,
me,
it's cool. Let's
I don't-
go.
I
I knew
Forget
Tay before the
that.
final
Thank you.
master of passport was made.
It's cool.
Thank
but
you.
which name not journalist? It's
It's not
No,
by
since
shouting.
you're no, it's not. We're not shouting.
journalist.
Ayo.
Who reviewed
Ayo,
Tay?
let me
When
go
he
in.
dropped
But you are
passport.
making our point. Like
You are
since
trying
you guys
to
are so
lose.
far
I'm
ahead
not
of the
done.
curve,
I'm not done.
You have to
I'm
be
not
the
done.
best
I'm
artist.
not
You have to
done.
son
You are
everybody
trying
else.
to
You are sonning
disrespect
everybody else.
us.
Oh,
You are
you're
trying
right
to
in
disrespect us.
The writing.
You have tried.
You
No, guys,
better
guys.
disrespect.
Guys,
Lose.
You're not letting me finish.
Stunt on me. Go
I'm
ahead.
not
Proceed.
stunting.
Proceed. Talk to
You
me
have
about
tried to
us.
disrespect us, discredit us by saying
Him.
no, us.
No,
Because if you discredit
So we're not
him,
talking about disrespect. We're talking about discredit.
no discredit.
Okay,
There's no
cool.
disrespect here. We're
I
all
take
having a
disrespect
healthy.
very
Okay.
seriously.
No,
Okay.
we're having a healthy conversation.
Marcel,
Cool.
drink cognac. I know you're
Kaynon Ricard, you need to start sponsoring this podcast.
Go ahead.
All right, we had
Proceed,
James
my
in the
brother.
corner. We
Proceed.
have Martel. We've put artists on and on. Shout out to Abiola Sholanke, our music associate, right? From Wavy to
Everybody.
GMK to everybody, right? To Remy Bangins, who Shegun dropped these names. On our podcast, we have a spotlight of the week. To means we've brought almost everybody in and we keep interviewing people. To Lady Donley, I put these people on my Instagram. Everybody, to Bella Lubo. You know these people.
Let me tell
Do
you
you understand? You see it. So don't say what we do. We don't. We support a lot of people. Do you know how many people come here and say, "Oh, we are doing this show. Oh, we have to be there."
Lemon
I don't think you
No, I'm just saying. Yeah? Two shows.
Loose.
To show them calm to
I wanna say
everybody.
something.
Do you understand?
AOT.
Rikasani.
AOT.
Let me tell you, we charge for events where a company we need to make
Osagie,
money.
Osagie,
We have
can I
a
agree with you?
building.
Can I agree with you? Can I agree with you? Let me
So
agree with
why
you.
are you trying to say that
you
we are trying
feel-
to put a bad name? I've told you, I've answered your
Now.
question. No, let me just say something.
Osagie, I want to say something.
No, can I
wanna
just
agree with
finish?
you. I want to agree with you. I want to agree with you.
No,
I
I'm
wanna
done
agree
with
with
that.
you.
Last
Because,
sentence.
no, you're moving
I've
on to
answered.
something else.
No,
Go
it's the
ahead.
same
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
I've answered your question from day one. We're here to chronicle everything.
Alright, okay.
Okay. So if
How
it's
does
good,
it feel to you
yeah,
when my critique of you
yeah.
doesn't cover the expanse of everything you're doing? You didn't like it, right? You just went on a rant about how it felt. Because what I said,
Yeah.
although there's some fact in it, because
Yeah.
there's fact that the syntax and the
We're not talking about syntax.
But
here.
listen.
Yeah, we're not talking about
but
syntax.
but listen to me. But listen to me. But listen to me. But listen
In
to me.
general, when we're talking
But
about
listen
your
to me.
career, we're not talking about shaky
My
bars.
brother, my brother.
Do you understand?
My brother.
Championship like
But-
Inter. We're not talking about
but
those
listen
shaky
to me.
bars. We're
But listen
talking
to me.
about
Listen
we're
to
talking
me.
about your career in general.
My brother.
Yeah.
You see what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're defending yourself.
I'm not defending. I am trying to
But
explain to you
what-
because you are myopic to the situation or the scenario of
So
what's
how
going on.
am I
damn.
stupid to not say that you're myopic to my own situation, motherfucker?
No, try
You
to
want me
break
to?
it down.
You want to
I am
sit that way?
critical.
No. Let me talk now. Let me talk. Let me talk, my
no,
nigga. Let me talk,
no.
Osagie. Let me talk. No, you know I respect this guy.
No,
I'm
go
not
on.
going to fight. Loose.
Chill.
You just sat here and spoke to me, defended you. Oh, we've done this, we've done that, we've done this.
Yes.
Listen, every artist feels the same way. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because you don't have the complete story. All I'm asking you to do is write the stories with respect. Let me finish.
Yeah, go on.
If you can get hurt in your feelings
I'm not hurt.
No, let me respond.
I'm not hurt.
Let me respond. You just saying you're not hurt doesn't mean anything because you went and wrote 100 and something list of upcoming artists to show me. Listen.
We didn't write it to show
my
you.
brother,
This list has
listen to
been
me.
created. No, hold on.
Osage. Everything I say to
didn't write
Osage.
it.
But listen to you.
This is what we use in the office. This is what we use in the office.
Pause. Let me explain something to you. My brother.
Loose Kaynon. No. Loose Kaynon. Sorry, what's this? Date created. What's that? Please read it out. Date created.
Which one? 21st of March 2017.
So we didn't write any list to show you.
Osage, let me explain to you why you're responding.
This is facts.
Because I keep saying things about you that are not true. Why is it then?
You keep saying things.
I
Is that what
keep
you
saying
said?
things.
You keep saying things, okay.
that are not true.
Yeah.
Why is it then that you are shocked when you say something about me that's not true and I respond?
That you feel...
No, it's not what I feel. I've shown you fact. And why is it that you are shocked? Now, let me explain to you something. If you're going to put out that negative energy, people are going to come for you. Get over it.
There's no negative
don't
energy.
defend yourself.
That is what
if you want to show
miss.
me, no, listen
That
to
is
me,
what you
Osagie.
miss. No,
You keep interrupting me.
You people say when I
was
critique.
listening
No,
to you.
and
I
it's
was
a
listening
general
to you.
consensus
Oh my
now.
God.
No.
Osage.
It's a general consensus. The general consensus
I'm
is
on your-
when I critique people say it's negative. It's not negative. It is a critique. When I say, or I do a facts only and say 6 months in, you're fumbling your leadership at Chocolate City. And people say I'm attacking Emma and being negative. It's not negative.
You didn't have no facts for that. We had this conversation. Let's not do
But
that
2
again.
years later, what has
We
happened?
had
Your flagship artist is CK. Who the fuck is CK?
Wow.
Let's talk. No, this is what the streets is
Wow.
saying. It is not me.
Wow.
Osage,
This is
So-
what
so
everybody
I'm not going to be
saying.
here. You're going to talk to me like
Okay.
this.
Once again,
Better
no,
calm
no,
the
no,
fuck
no,
down.
no, no.
Better calm the
Osage, we're not
fuck
going to
down.
do that. We're not going to do that.
Better calm
We're
the
not going to do that.
fuck down.
I'm
Osage.
just saying.
Everybody chill.
Yo,
Chill.
my
Everybody
nigga,
chill.
calm the
Calm down.
fuck down. You're not going to
We're
come
cool,
and
we're
listen.
cool.
You
We're
can't. No. Listen, Loose. You're not going to come here and be talking to me like this. I've told you before. Don't talk to me like that. Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm Osagie Alonge.
Chill.
I apologize for cussing, but my facts
What
is
the
my
fuck?
facts.
What the fuck is that? What fucking fact have you said?
My facts is my facts that your
Hey,
flagship
man.
artists are
Hey,
buying
can I
YouTube
say
views.
Can I say something? Osage,
Yes or no?
Can I say something?
Yes, you don't know. We have the
Chill.
facts. We have the receipts.
Leave him.
Chill.
Leave him.
Go ahead, Ayo.
So Emma said, oh, like, oh.
No.
Die sales bought views.
Sorry,
How can your
I'll
YouTube
stop
views
you.
be
I'll let you
dropping?
go, right? I'll
Yeah.
let you go.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah.
Hey, man.
I'm just
This
saying,
is
man.
not, Sags, this is not what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
This is not that. Let's not do that.
No, but
Hold on,
let's
hold
talk
on.
about it now.
Hold on.
Chill,
Osagie, what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
this is not that. Let's not do that.
Let's not do what? Let's not
What
talk
you are
about
doing
it.
right now.
No, but this is what
This is
everything
bothering.
has
You
stemmed
see,
from. See,
listen.
Emma's
Hold on,
tweet
hold on. You said
yesterday did not stem
disrespect.
from
The
iOS.
moment you said
I'm not-
disrespect, I took it personally because I'm not here. No,
Disrespect.
and you corrected that, and I was calmer.
Yeah.
The moment I said disrespect, I took it personally because I respect this guy. I respect
I've not
you.
cussed anybody
Hold
out
on,
here.
hold on.
I've not cussed anybody
Judo,
out
chill.
here. No, listen.
Judo, chill.
I've not yelled at you. I've not cussed at you. I've been calm. I've tried to make my argument to
The
you.
moment you said
to
disrespect,
everybody.
it was a
Even
different
when I was talking
conversation,
to you, I
and I
was
took it
laughing, I
personally.
was joking. I was
Yeah.
saying hard statements.
Because I respect
Listen,
both you guys.
This guy's not going to come in
let's
here
not do that.
and be
Let's
insulting
not
me
do that.
and be cussing at me, and I'll be sitting here.
Chill. We're good.
My brother, this whole shit is not paid by you. Chocolate City is self-made. Young boys that started and doing something.
True.
Even whether we fail or we falter, we're still better than anybody else that's using money from another place to come here. We are Nigeria. We're young Nigerians trying to create something out of nothing. Listen, I'm not going to take one more level of disrespect from you. You gotta chill, my brother. You gotta chill. If you want to be part of this conversation, you gotta slow your roll. You gotta slow your roll. You understand what I'm saying? Slow your roll. All this, who the fuck is your flagship? You gotta chill with that shit. Because I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be insulted. I came here to talk. I've not insulted anybody
I
since I started talking.
apologize.
And this is the second time you're telling me you apologize. You better cut that shit out.
I apologize.
Okay. Now listen. The point I was trying to make to you most recently is that when I started saying things, you guys started responding. Everybody in the cast, they say, no, that's not true. Do you know why? Because
Because
I
they're
said
lies
things
towards
about you
you
that are not true. So when I respond to an article that says my album has no shelf life without any proof, when the only proof there is available to the industry says that my album has shelf life, why should I be the crazy person? Why shouldn't that writer, that's their job? The same way it's my job to write bars. You've been throwing in those shades, weak bars here and there. My brother, we don't write weak bars in Nigeria because we're whack rappers. We write weak bars because of the listenership. You understand? the songs, you know when we were recording Lost, I wrote a verse, and when I was done, I told Lucy, I said, this verse, nobody's going to understand everything I said. So I wrote a new verse. Pothole flow, I did speed tire. And when the album came, I told them, this is how people are going to react, and that's how people responded. Since I came in this industry, after doing a business degree in Calvin College, coming back to Nigeria, working in AfriOne, setting up this thing, being a part of Chocolate City, I have understood that the rap listenership in Nigeria needs to be grown and fed and nurtured. And that's all I've done. I've rapped with every single rapper there is to rap with. I've reached out to collaborate. Every single rapper. I've put rappers on. I've recorded music for people. I produce beats for Rooftop MCs, for Lamy, for people. I've done all that. Now, you don't have to kiss my ass. But if you're going to speak about me, write the truth. If the truth leads up to me saying I'm bad, fine, so be it. But don't say an article that doesn't have facts in it. Everything I said about your thing to me was that there were no facts in it. That's all. That's all you should deal with. Don't worry about whether I agree with your stand or not. I haven't attacked that. If you really listen to me, we can all be humble in this moment and listen to what Emma is saying. Emma is saying, where are the facts? What is the fact that Emma's Chairman album has no shelf life? Since all albums are doing poorly, and all albums are on sales, go to Cloud9, and go to Globacom,
Nobody's on Cloud.
and go to MTN, and go to all these places and read all the stats. Then come back and tell me, Emma, your album has performed late. Then write that article. If not, just say, my opinion is I wasn't impacted by Emma's album. And say that. And guess what? Even when Emma tries to critique you, people will laugh him off. People will tell him, get out. Do you understand? That's all I'm saying. It's about facts. And the experiment I just did now is to show you how when people say things that are not true about you, you will react. Even you to your human being. When I told you that you made 100 and something list for me, guess what? Everybody in here reacted. Why? Because it's unfactual. Now, let me tell you something. If I have a bigger platform and I go and tell to people tomorrow that, can you imagine these fucking pause guys using your language? These fucking pause guys, I went to their they went and compiled the list of 100 and something people. While I was there was a guy called Daniel in the listing that is a friend of GMK. Guess what? You're going to tweet and say it's a lie. Which is exactly what I've done. And say it's a lie. You can say you weren't impacted by Chairman. That's fine. It's fine. Don't write facts that are not facts.
Thank you. I was trying to say, or what we're trying to say now, impact. It's not me. It's not Ayo. He's a journalist.
Yeah.
It's a general consensus, which doesn't take away.
By what fact?
Oh, God damn it.
Look,
What are the facts?
I wrote this article and I just said, look.
What are the facts?
What are
at
the
the end of the
facts
article.
that.
Yeah,
it's-
hold on. What are the facts behind that? The general consensus.
Okay, you know what? I will do a research. I will pull up
So
all the
As of
tweets.
today,
Yeah.
you said
Yeah.
that it's a general consensus.
Yes.
But as of today,
Yeah.
right now, you have no facts.
Yes.
Right, okay. What you're going to do for me,
Yeah.
you understand how facts work,
Yeah.
is that you're going to pull out all the tweets of people that say that they like the
Yeah.
album.
And do a cross interview, right? Across the country,
Okay.
right?
Osagie, we had this conversation before.
No.
You had this conversation before where you
Loose.
did a show and said facts only and you slammed CC and I came, I was promoting my album, but I had to get out of that to tell you, like, you can't do that, right?
And it was a great interview.
Now we are not
And 2 years
attacking-
later, my point is proven. But hey,
How's your...
well, I went
dude.
into that, then I
How-
cursed, then we
listen,
went into
I'll tell
that.
you something.
Yeah.
Once again, I respect the both of you guys.
And I respect you guys as
Right.
well.
So, when I...
Gotta respect me, man. Sitting
When-
here listening to all that.
When
I know,
like, look,
all my artists are gonna watch you and they're gonna sit down here. Listen,
name is okay.
let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to
It's
you.
okay.
Oh, wait, hold on, chill. Let me explain something to you. The economy is shit today.
Truth.
Artists are struggling, my brother.
Truth.
Labels are struggling.
Yeah. Labels are close to being extinct.
Can you tell me a label that 5 years ago was hot and is still here?
Nevertheless, people are still making great music.
No, but understand the point I'm trying to make to you.
Can I-
Yeah.
I'm talking about labels. Wait, I'm
Yeah.
going somewhere. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Alright.
The point I'm trying to make to you is this, my brother, is that for me to sit here and listen to you talk to me the way you did, it shows how much I respect you. And I would like for it to be the last time that we have to do that. Because the respect I have for you is the way I'm talking to you and the reason I'm here. And I want us to know that going forward, no situation is completely right and no situation is completely wrong.
It's all grey.
Right? So in the gray area, please, let's stay in that gray area because every artist of mine that's watching me, sit here and listen to you talk about our flagship artist being CK, of which you disrespected CK live here, and I don't want to accept that. Listen.
I disrespected him.
Of course you did.
Yeah, you did.
Of course you did.
Absolutely.
Of course you did. If everybody's here to be fair, I know that
you
your
did.
guys are your guys, but if everybody here to be fair,
Everybody in this room agrees
you
that you
understand?
did that. So let's not even go into
But
that.
listen, but here's the point. You've apologized. But the point I'm
I
trying to make.
apologized to you.
Yes, yeah. The point I'm trying to make to you is this.
Yeah.
That I don't want us to have these sort of conversations. Now, media is important and I respect you. All I'm trying to say to you guys, I know the conversation I wanted to have is completely different, and I will come back for that conversation, which is about music.
Which
right?
essentially is what I want
Yeah.
to do. I want to
But-
I want to create your career, right?
So-
and have a great conversation
Yeah.
about that.
So
Not
what
even this.
Yeah, what I want to say to you is, my brother, I expect from AOT and Osagie,
AOT2.
AOT2, sorry, yeah, that we do better for each other. After the first time you wrote, I told you, bring your stuff, and I dropped the ball on that. The reason I dropped the ball is this year I've been so busy. I'm doing this thing called Leadership Fellowship,
Yeah.
right? I can't talk to you about other things that Chocolate City is doing, but I would tell you that I reached out to you and I told you, bring your staff to my office
Yeah.
and sit down and see what we're building.
And I told Joey, and Joey reached
and
out.
Joe reached out to me, and I just said I dropped the ball
Yeah.
on that because I've been busy. But the point is that whatever article you want to write, write. I sought your there was a PR concern I had. I sought your opinion on
Yeah.
it, and whatever you told me, I did. Abi,
Yeah.
no be so.
Yeah.
After that, I didn't say fuck you or Osagie, you're a fucking guy, you wrote bad about me. All I said to you was do better and let your guys do better. When you spoke, you didn't say facts, and I want you to research facts. If you're going to write an article about me and you have my number on your phone, call me. Don't call me and ask me about what do I think about Wizkid and Davido fighting. When you're writing about MI, call me, come to my office, sit down, say, MI, we're concerned. We don't know what's happening. And write that. Whatever you want to write, my brother, but call me. Let's together show the industry how we can be better.
Yeah.
There's a girl called Afro7, her first podcast about us, she slammed Chocolate City.
Shout out to Tola.
Yeah. Do you know what happened? I reached out to her immediately. That's my first reaction. It's always to reach out to people. I said, yo, babes, you gotta chill. When Illegal Music came out, can you show me Illegal Music 3? Can you show me a mixtape that's performed better than Illegal Music in the history of African rap?
When you mean perform, in what context?
Talking about numbers.
Numbers.
No, show me a
numbers
mixtape that's
are
performed.
important.
No. Show me, but show me a mixtape that's performed better.
In what context?
Whatever context you want to use.
Whatever context you want to. What context?
You set the context and provide fact.
Okay, so for me, critical
Set the
acclaim.
context.
Which
Provide
is
facts.
yeah.
Is there
Critical
fact that can
acclaim.
back critical acclaim?
Well, Ayo can agree with me on this.
What if I
Hey.
disagree? What if they disagree?
Hey.
Like,
Well, that's the thing. At the end of the day,
No,
review
see,
slash
come on,
opinion.
bro.
The thing
Like,
about critical
this is
acclaim
where
we
keep disagreeing,
is that
like-
critical acclaim cannot really be fact.
See, because
I'm not saying that an artist should not be based on critical
acclaim,
The
which
only
is
thing
the
is
essential.
critical
No.
artist is numbers.
Do you have my
listen, there's
statement?
the eye
You-
test and
listen
there's
to
the
me, listen to
numbers
me.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OG, listen to me.
Yes, boss.
I said critical acclaim cannot be fact.
Okay.
So if it's a numbers thing, then you know how many whack albums, you know how many records Vanilla Ice
if it's a
sold.
number thing, then
Listen, critical acclaim.
I'm just saying, Vanilla
cannot be
Ice
fact.
sold
Do you understand what I
records.
said?
Vanilla
Yes,
Ice
I
sold
heard
more
that.
records
Now,
than
do you agree with
KRS-One.
that?
fine. No
Okay.
problem.
Now, I said, can you show me a mixtape that's performed better than Illegal Music?
In what context is my question?
Whatever context, you set the context.
Yeah.
And we have agreed that critical acclaim cannot be fact. Let me explain to you
So
why.
that means we can't bring critical acclaim into this.
Which is
Let-
the
yeah,
essence
let-
and the
let-
vein
let me explain.
Well, you can't bring critical
of
acclaim
judging an
without-
album.
Okay, but see, listen. We can go around the room and ask people,
Oh,
and I bet we'll have different opinions around the room.
I can't believe we are playing the numbers game. And of
No,
all,
so fuck the numbers.
of all,
Fuck
of
the
all
numbers.
people that I
Osagie,
never
Osagie,
ever
forget
expected
the
that you
numbers.
guys would actually be.
So forget the numbers.
No, but you know
We
what
can
you guys
go
are
around
doing.
the room and ask.
Loose, what you guys are doing, you are going to put me in a corner because the only way we can do that is with numbers.
Yeah, but here's the point I'm trying to make to you, my brother. I'm not the only person that puts out mixtapes.
We know.
South African rap artists put out mixtapes.
Truth.
Sarkodie, I'm sure, has put out mixtapes. Right? All I can do is tell you, I put out my mixtape. These are the numbers. You may not like it.
Was it on?
But if there are 1 million people that don't like it,
Yeah.
it may not matter to you,
Who likes it?
but it matters to those people. And because of that, it is acclaimed by those people. They are the first time in my life that I got off one of my mixtapes, I got international, like, articles writing about me because I don't spend any money on my mixtapes, right? That people were writing about me was of Illegal Music 3, right? And I will send you the articles, both of you. But the point I'm trying to make to you is that the critical acclaim, when you say when you say mixtape or album didn't perform well, it cannot be what your opinion is. In fact, for you to be fair, Mr. AOT2, right? When you come, Ayo, right? When you come, you must say, because I don't like this album, I am biased negatively.
Sorry, let me use the restroom.
Yeah. I am biased negatively.
Yeah.
Man, shut off your microphone before we hear you just talking shit inside. Oh, your mic is there. We don't hear you talking shit, man. Fuck Buhari, man. Fuck. We'll be like, you understand?
Yeah.
So, that's the core, my brother. I came here today to inflict a few personal blows to you.
Yeah, which is fine.
And which the personal blows are this. Yes, the personal blows are this. As a writer, you need to improve on your writing.
One, I don't accept that, but I'm just counting everything.
Now,
That's big of you. That's very big of you.
The natural blow.
Big man.
Now, the bone of contention, the bone of contention between us now is that if you're going to write about me, write with fact.
Yeah.
And I promise you, when I say this to you, I'm not saying it because of MI.
Yeah.
Because when you write a negative article about me, I'm old enough in the game to know that it helps me. But guess what? I'm saying so to you because of a generation that we have.
No.
Let me do. No, I don't mind. Go ahead.
You said everything, man.
I'm saying so because we have a generation that I'm also responsible for. Yeah. And what I want to say is that when I read Native magazine,
for real, my nigga.
Shout out to Native. Shout out to Chubbs.
Yeah. When I read Native magazine, I feel like.
Wait,
hold on. I feel Native.
Yeah. Culture custodian.
Are where I want to read about Odunsi.
Okay, cool.
That's where. Because I want to be a fan. I want to understand the music. I want to support them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And remember my premise. Collectively, we have a job to put Nigerian music.
Which we do.
On the world.
Which we do.
Now, you guys have shown me. There's nobody today that's doing as much for music as Pulse. But let me tell you something, my brother.
Yeah.
Pulse is not owned by you, Abi.
No.
When Osagie goes, 10 years from now, if Osagie leaves today, 10 years from now, maybe I'll still say there's nobody doing as much for music as Osagie. What I want you to be said, that when Osagie was there was nobody that's doing as well for music as Pulse. Not as much, because much is not set by you. Much is set by your boss. Is set by you. And I've been consistent with that. I've spoken about facts. The facts have not been addressed. I've spoken about syntax. It's not been addressed. We've spoken about a lot of stuff. Thank you. And all I want to do is come back to as well. That's all. As well. Call me. You have an article, or if you're going to write the article, don't call me. It's an opinion piece. Don't call me. But say it well. Say, guys, in honesty, even though I haven't liked MI's 2 albums, it seems MI still has a lot of fans out there because his mixtape has still done better than everybody else. And his album, at least on this demographic that we can collate by, has still done better than everybody else.
Sorry. We are not going to judge how great the body of work is by how many times it was downloaded. I'm sorry. That's not what we do here.
The article is called an open letter.
Okay.
Not an article, not a report. An open letter. There are fans that come to you and say, MI, this like what? MI, and I told you, it's written at the end of the article, yours sincerely, a fan. Okay. Who used to be,
I'm not concerned about the fan part. I'm concerned about
you. So when you're not saying, I'm saying this, I'm this.
I don't think you understand why we're here. We're here because
you like us. Because you like us, that's why you're here.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you too. Fuck you too, nigga.
Right? We're here because there's a guy that has a following that stated something in an article that we knew people were going to read and believe that were not facts.
Yeah.
That's why we are here.
And we expect the guy
to do better.
That's all.
And so also I expect MI to do better. Simple as that.
That's
musically,
Okay.
And you have a right to that.
Yeah.
As a fan, you have a right to that.
I have the right to say my article is shit, but I know my article ain't shit. And he knows that deep down, maybe it's hot.
Let's go to the article then. Let's talk about the article. Abi, should we do that?
Feel free, man.
Let's prove out whether the article is shit or not.
Don't do it.
Can I do that?
Don't do it.
You've already stated what the article is.
Osagie.
Don't do it.
Osagie is here. This is Osagie.
I'm pulling out receipts.
Let me tell you something.
Hey, we got receipts too, my nigga.
see.
Please pull out.
Hey,
If you leave your truth, nobody can use it against you.
amen. The church says amen. Church says amen, please.
Amen.
God bless
The
you guys.
atheists, the atheists, the church.
Oh, the younger church.
Yeah,
Look, guys. I'm finished, Joe. Look,
So,
chill,
I shouldn't?
chill.
Okay.
We don't have to go into all that.
yeah.
And the article against Two-Face was very poor.
I think it was a very good article.
Let me go there.
You know that's what started us with this.
You guys,
Bro, please calm down. Osage.
Articles on Two-Face. I read on Two-Face.
I know.
Osage,
I'm talking about his article.
Do you understand?
I'm not talking about your article. I'm talking about his article.
I just want to say something. Osage, get off your phone for a second.
No. I'm
No,
pulling out
But
something.
I need
about
you to
receipts.
listen to
He's
me.
going to- I'm
I know you get your receipts. It's fine. What I'm saying is, we've had like maybe an hour-long conversation.
Is it an hour? How long have you been on?
I don't know, but it's
1 hour,
it's dope
20,
conversation.
21
It's dope
minutes.
conversation. So far, Homeboy here has told people that the shelf life of Chairman album was terrible.
Yeah.
So far, you might not agree on camera. The people that are watching are not stupid. We have come to a place where that statement was wrong and that statement wasn't backed by no facts. Right?
Yeah.
All we are saying is, bro, I respect you. When I go and read about what Ayo said on XYZ artists, if I don't know the guy, I'll have to take his word because I respect him as a journalist. And I know there's at least maybe 100,000 of me out there, right? So I charge you to do better. I charge you to do better, which is what I was saying to you when I came to do the Gemini project, whatever, right? Yeah. Which is, you can't call opinions facts. Because there are people that live by what Osagie says. Osagie says, Kaynon doesn't know how to rap. Niggas don't even want to download my record because you said that. So I need you to speak on facts. If it's not a fact, don't say it's a fact.
Or if you don't disagree, say what the fact is.
That's all. That's all this conversation is about.
Because you made a great point. You made a point that said, oh, you made a great point.
That's all
you made a
we're
great
saying.
point. You said,
What's the point?
You said that no, I can't remember who said it, that an album should never be judged by how many people downloaded it.
That is
Right?
true.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you say people didn't download it, that's false. That's what shelf life means. You define
and that's
shelf life.
false because there's people that don't have
define shelf
access
life.
to check the numbers that the album did.
iTunes is for everybody.
But they don't have the access, but they have access to you on Twitter. And they trust your opinion to the point where when
I don't want to be go ahead, sorry.
when Osagie or when Ayo says it,
Yeah.
these niggas know their shit.
Guys, I'm going for a month.
Yeah.
When I come back,
They know what they're saying. You get what I'm saying?
that
At least
podcast.
that's how I feel about you guys. These guys know what they're saying.
You will not be shouting at me that day.
No,
Right?
I won't. See, that's how passionate I am about you. But
Nah,
no,
you were
no.
cussing.
That's how.
some
Ask
bullshit.
my guys. And that's how passionate I am.
Right,
about
but
you.
you get what I'm saying? Like,
What I've learned
I'm
yesterday.
sorry,
I want
I'm
to just
sorry.
be a party
I'm
pooper.
sorry.
I want to be
I'm
a
sorry.
party pooper to go back to Illegal Music 3.
I'm sorry. No,
Right?
before we go there, Osagie.
Where are we
hold on.
getting this number? Okay.
Osagie, where are we getting the numbers for illegal music?
Yeah, that it makes it like one of the most.
Google, my nigga.
No, I know. I'm setting you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you something.
Where are we getting the numbers from? Illegal Music 3 that makes it the most downloaded. I'd like to know.
Yes. Data file host.
Data file host is criminally known for having fake numbers.
Do you have a fact to that?
Yes, there's even an article with a well-researched made that I can
Okay,
share with
okay,
you
who?
now.
Who?
Right? No, I can share
Who
with
wrote
you
the
now.
article?
I don't fucking know. Sorry. I apologize.
You said there's been an article with a...
We're having a conversation. We're in
Ayo,
conversation.
you're an OG.
Yeah.
You brought him...
I
Your
would-
reason is
oh,
here.
dear God damn it.
Listen, he just said to me, listen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want everybody to pay attention.
Hey, it's bookmarked.
I want everybody to pay attention.
Oh my goodness.
He just said there's an article with
Yes.
a well-researched. Then I
Yes.
said, who wrote the article? He said, I don't fucking know. Now, understand the point. All I'm trying to say to
talking
you
in context. The article, Data File Host,
Guys.
was written
while
by...
Data File Host is a blog platform, it's written by the African Hip Hop blog. Well researched. I've read this article before. I left it, but I've seen.
So
I've
what
hosted
do African Hip Hop blog do?
They blog about African hip hop music.
Did they put mixtapes on there?
Do they put
platform?
mixtapes? That is the reason why he's even talking about this.
So do they put mixtapes on the album?
on
their platform.
on their
Platform.
platform. No, they don't have a hosting platform where they put mixtapes.
So there's no mixtapes that on their platform.
They'll have to
because
go through
I know
SoundCloud or go through
I
all
know
these other
that. I
places.
know one of the guys that does. African
Yeah,
hip hop.
Nana, right?
No. What's his name? It's a guy in London, Fazilion. That was part of them.
That's not African hip hop blog. Faz is my guy. We co-owned NigerianHipHop.net and sold your album in
Okay.
2010. That's another story.
They give us our money.
Still owe me a check. They still owe me a check.
He owes
Fazilion.
you a check. I worked for him.
See how
So
that
he owes
shit
you a
goes.
check. So
This guy just said.
My point
this
now
is
is-
alternative facts. He just said we co-owned. Then just say I worked for. him. 2 minutes
if I
later,
co-own,
my
I
brother. Yo, 2
So if I-
seconds later, my brother.
No,
We
fam.
need alternative. See, this
Fam.
is the world.
Donald
right?
Trump is
Alternative
president, my
facts,
nigga.
Bro.
fam, if I
Back to
co-own
back.
if I co-own something, I can't work for the person.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Proceed.
It's alternative facts. What I'm trying, yes,
woke. Stay woke.
Shady M, Shady
Oh
M.
my
No, come on.
God.
Shady M, Shady
my
M.
brother.
What I'm trying to say is, if you compare, and this is just me being a journalist and I'm asking questions, Datafile is notoriously known to have bad numbers.
Okay.
Now I know you pride yourself. Can I just finish?
880,000.
Yes, you pride
Okay.
yourself on 880. Let me just
How
finish.
many downloads do
Can
you think
I
are real?
finish? I'm just saying. You're saying it looks like, of course, close to a million. That's incredible. But Datafile is notoriously known for fucking up their numbers. It's switching up their numbers. Apologies. And if you compare your Datafile numbers, which 800 and something, to SoundCloud, it's an average song on SoundCloud here is 30K. Does it really match up?
Okay. So if an average song on SoundCloud is 30K,
Stream, right?
that means that the whole album, which had how many songs? 10 songs.
Yeah.
Did 300K.
Yeah.
Okay. The question I want to ask you, what link went up first?
Datafile host.
Okay. Now, you give me a percentage of data file host
Yeah.
that you think is fake. How many numbers on data file host do you think are actually real?
I can't tell, but
Just
by reading this article,
Yes.
I would say that number is tripled.
Tripled.
Yeah.
So let's say I had 300,000 on data file host.
Yeah.
Real. And I had 300,000 on
You didn't
SoundCloud.
have 300,000 on SoundCloud. They are streams, not downloads. They are two different
The
things.
album is free, so it makes no difference. to me.
There's a
I
difference
didn't ask
between a
people to pay.
stream and a download.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is that I didn't.
It's
ask
still
people to-
huge numbers,
Yes,
right?
I didn't ask people to pay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What I'm asking you is that is there an African hip hop mixtape
Yeah.
that has done the same
Numbers. I can't tell because I don't have.
Do you think?
Okay.
I don't have.
Do you
Do I
think?
think?
By all,
Do I think?
by all,
No, let's
I
get his
think.
opinion on
I
this.
think.
You think?
I think. Yes, I think. In fact, I know one.
Okay, which one?
I'm not for a fact, so hey, I take that back.
Okay, no, you
I'm
take it
tired.
back. No, it's go.
Tired. You get what I'm
I'm
saying?
tired.
What
I'm
saying-
sleepy,
what
man.
I'm saying, one album that I think has done
Not
way
album,
better.
mixtape.
I'm sorry, mixtape that has done better, which was free, has done better than Illegal Music 3. That I would, if it say I should put my money on, I would put my money on and say this mixtape, Illegal Music 2.
Okay.
From the same guy.
Wait, hold on.
Yes,
hold on.
now.
What we're talking about,
my
my brother, listen, what we're
Aye,
talking
aye.
about is that in 2017, in the last 4 years,
Yeah.
where Emma has fallen off, Emma is whack, whatever.
Nobody said MI is
No,
whack.
but listen to
People
me.
said
My-
MI
my
has.
said the bars
Osagie.
were
Okay,
Eh?
Osagie,
No,
listen
but
to
that's
me.
like across the board now.
Osagie, hold on. You're saying,
Yeah.
my brother,
Yeah.
that there's nobody else today that you can say had a better mixtape.
Because
than
I don't
me.
have access to these numbers.
Okay, but there's nobody you can say that has a better. You do have access to my numbers. You've
Yes.
discredited my. Factually, I don't know data file host. I swear to God.
No, you're a
listen,
victim of circumstances.
I swear to God, I was at the airport with the album on my phone. I promised I was going to drop it in February. I was going to South Africa that day,
Yeah.
and I just said, "Where can I put it up?" And somebody said that
piff.
that piff, and somebody said data file host. And with that piff, we knew that if we put it on, because they put on a lot of mixtapes, we're not going to
They'll
get
push it down.
premium.
Yeah.
So we just put it on data file host. I swear to God, I've never heard of data file host up until that day.
I mean, but whoever told you
I
that.
put it up.
I don't want to sound.
Wait,
fancy.
hold on.
I'm just
and I
saying that-
landed the next day. I saw 200,000 downloads. I was confused myself. Now, let's say, as you said, the numbers are tripled. Because what SoundCloud shows you, I didn't upload SoundCloud on day one.
Yeah.
There was also what do you call it? Data file host link that was up that crashed. And as of the last time I saw it, I can't. Please, I may be wrong, but what I remember was something like 200,000 downloads on that.
Yeah.
What we're saying is that if you can find a mixtape that did 200,000.
If I have the numbers.
Right? But the numbers, you just do research.
No, the numbers are not out there.
Brother, you just do research.
Where's
Oh,
the-
my
where's
mic?
the-
Oh,
the-
well, I should lift my face. Oh, yeah.
The link for...
If I find a number, and my sound guy got this shit.
If I found the number.
Guys,
The sound doesn't go to
I want to say something, please. Every musician out there, let's do this more. Let's talk more. This is what gives the industry that je ne sais quoi in America. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's do this more. Come and talk to these guys. Talk to them because these are two intelligent guys. In all of this, I've seen intelligence. I've seen some fuck shit, but I've also seen intelligence. But here's the point. If you find any mixtape, then you can say, compared to this person that dropped a mixtape, Emma is doing poorly. But what I've said, as of what I've heard, I've heard that by the only stats available to us today, Emma is the leader in rap in albums, and Emma is the leader in rap in mixtapes. Now, say, Emma's album I did not like, but don't say the shelf life is poor. That's what brought me here today, because you have no proof. You said Emma has gone cold, Illegal Music 3, which I recorded in 10 days, right? From beginning to finish. I was working, doing interviews, doing all this stuff, doing so much. I do so much, doing all this stuff. And the actual work of Illegal Music 3 took 3 days. And the bars on there are fucking fire, my brother. You gave your opinion, I gave my opinion.
I haven't given an
No,
opinion.
you said the bars have been cold. He's giving an opinion.
Okay,
Yes, the bars have been were fucking fire. And it came out and it was amazing. People loved it. The box went out, was remixed so many times.
Yeah, it was nice.
only beaten, facts only.
Yeah.
The most remixed hip hop songs in the last 2 years have been The Box, and then Olamide came out and did Genius, fucking genius.
Yeah.
What's that song?
Who You Help?
Who You Help?
Yeah.
Genius! And I saw it, I was like, bravo. And for that moment, everything I said in Illegal Music 3 happened. Boogie put out his tape, there was buzz, AQ immediately put out his album, Black Bones came, everything happened. And I don't care how you revere me, but when you look at the fucking numbers, you can't say Emma is not the fucking man. You can't say that. Emma still came through for fucking hip hop and still put it down. And still the numbers showed. You can't look at the numbers and say Emma is not the fucking man. You cannot say that.
And we have never, oh God.
Rendezvous is gonna drop, Emma gonna be the fucking man. Young Denzel gonna drop, Emma gonna be the fucking man. The One album gonna drop, Emma gonna be the fucking man. Incredible gonna drop, Emma's gonna be the fucking man. And let me tell you something.
That's 4 albums, right?
All I want.
Is that 4?
All I want is for you.
Love You P is not part of
Love EP is still there.
That's 5.
And 4 of these albums are done. Love EP is done, finished.
You guys, you heard it here first.
But listen to me.
You heard it here first.
Listen to me, my brother.
You
heard it here first. You heard it here first.
Listen to me. At the end of the day, all I want you to do, AOT2,
Respect me.
come and sit down with me and hear my story and tell my story. And if at the end of listening to my story, you say, Emma has lost it. Let me tell you, the thing I go to bed every day listening to and listening to in my head and being afraid of is the moment at which I lose it. Because I know I'm a human being. Before, the music business was in quadruplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then all of a sudden it became in triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That change from quadruplets to triplets erased like 98% of the industry. These flows that these young boys are coming with, bro, I struggle. The great MI became a human being. I had to learn. I had to sit down to Millie and listen to him. It's not my generation. Bro, I'm in my mid-30s, bro. And hip-hop is doing nothing. I make enough money sitting down to not rap. And I still want to rap. If you want to talk about my 3 albums, talk about the fact that in those 3 albums, when he put them out, they were all, for the time, the leading album of the period. And at the time, he put on more artists than anybody else in that period.
But you know what? If you
We've
check
always
us, you see
mentioned
articles
these
like
things. We've always mentioned these things.
2 podcasts ago,
Okay.
3 podcasts ago, we had an argument. Top 5, and everybody in the room said Emma is in the top 5.
Bro,
It's a don.
Yeah, we know. So but the way you're portraying this shit right now.
what are they saying?
I know what the
But the way you're portraying this shit like, oh,
like we've not revered you or respected you.
Who's number 2?
There's no number 2. It's a whole 5. It's flat.
Just
You
five.
can't pick any.
Because-
If I'm to choose number 1, honestly, no kiss ass and I'll push you there.
Maybe not me.
Now, listen, look,
Now,
but here the
but you know, time you say MI, let me give an overview of MI.
Yeah.
I'll say that shit. Two-Face is one of my best. He's one of the, to me, he's the greatest
He's a
Nigerian singer of
goat,
all time.
yes.
If you tell me to write about Two-Face musically, I'll kill it.
He reviewed
And I'll say
Two-Face's
something.
first album 10 years after, anniversary edition.
And I'll say this.
Will
Wait,
you
let me
guys
say this.
also say that Gaga Shuffle is a dope record?
Loose.
And it's not right now.
I've always said Gaga Shuffle.
But would you guys say that? What I'm saying
I
is
don't like Gaga Shuffle.
no.
Can I say something? Can I say
What is
something?
your opinion?
Can I say something? Can I
talk about Gaga
let me say
Shuffle?
something.
Everybody.
Sorry.
Can I talk about
Yeah,
it? It's a whack record.
Fuck all that. How you say Gaga Shuffle?
It's a whack record.
This nigga's-
Let me tell you. In my own opinion.
So say
it
that
is
when you're
a-
saying that.
Okay, in
When
my
you're
own
saying that, say
opinion,
that.
Gaga Shuffle. Whatever they're doing there.
Osage
It's
is
a
too
whack
passionate.
record.
Osage is too
Osage
passionate.
too.
Osage.
I'll write about-
Princess say
I'll
sit
write
down. Osage.
Why don't you tell me Gaga Shuffle? That's a bullshit record.
How?
It's
Why?
whack.
Oh, why is it?
You're writing it.
Bro,
Have you
this
read
is
it?
what I'm
Sit down,
talking
tell me
about
why it's a
respect.
bullshit
This is the OG we're talking about.
That's motherfucking
Yeah, you guys,
Two-Face. And that's a
no.
dope record.
No.
Okay, tell me some whack
Let me talk.
record.
Let me talk.
Why is it a whack record?
Talk
Can you
about
not let
the
him go?
OG,
You tell
like-
me how it's a whack record.
No. Here's the
How is
greatest.
Gaga Shuffle a whack record?
Here's the greatest misconception Nigerian artists and Nigerian celebrities
I'm
or
with you.
entertainers
Go.
or creative people have. You guys have. You know what has happened? Legacy newspapers. I've always said this shit. Legacy newspapers, never critiqued. I just said this thing now. Legacy newspapers have never, in time, been strong critics of art in Nigeria. The Punches, the Vanguard, the Guardians, they don't write reviews. Everybody got used to that stuff. People started reviewing because I know Two-Face is a legend. I know, no, I'm saying, I know you're a legend. The greatest misconception of this whole thing and why we're having this argument is that in all your glory,
I'm just saying, talk about him like he's a legend. Talk about him like he's 20 years in the game.
but I can't say that the record is bullshit. Or Ascension is a whack album.
But is it
No,
bullshit
bro,
for a 20
bro.
years?
But Ascension is
I
a
love
whack
this song.
album.
Listen,
20
bro,
years
listen.
don't like that.
Listen.
So for you to tell me,
Osagie,
because I respect your
That's the
opinion,
thing.
for you to
Because
tell me it's a whack record,
you
you're not just going to say that.
Okay,
You're going to tell
okay.
me why it's a
Osagie.
whack record.
In
No,
my
hold
opinion,
on.
it's a terrible
Let's get on.
It's a terrible song.
Hold on. It's a terrible song.
It's a terrible song.
Two-Face,
What?
we know what the streets are saying. Hold on. I want to read an article to you. And I want you to tell me if it's a whack article.
Okay, go ahead.
Just by the syntax.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's read it
Why
together.
do
No, that's fine.
What's popping?
Yeah.
This is an article by an OG writer.
open letter?
Are you saying
Open
this is a pop culture
letter.
way?
Okay.
This is no. Are you
Wait,
going to
but
actually?
let me
This is
talk
a
about
pop
shit.
culture
No, let me
website.
talk about shit
You read
now.
Complex.
Sorry.
You read Fader.
Sorry.
I ain't
What's
even go
popping?
far.
You are actually putting.
Osage.
You're actually going to discredit
I
what?
didn't even go far.
Osage.
WTF.
The niggas
Osage,
in
let me talk about this shit right
But they expect Two-Face to be
Two-Face.
calm. They expect Two-Face to be.
Go ahead.
They expect Two-Face to be in his house like, oh,
Wait,
Osagie
go
has
ahead,
really
go
said
ahead.
something
Go
deep
ahead.
today.
Yo,
Let me change up.
I'm a chill.
Yeah.
Two-Face doesn't care about me.
I can put this-
And guess what? All the time I've critiqued Two-Face, I've done it factually. I reach out to Two-Face and he still shows me love.
Guy.
And I respect him for that, and that's why he's an OG.
Let me talk.
Then you
I
shouldn't-
critique you
then
and
you
everything,
shouldn't
and
say-
you still show me love.
Yeah, but you should show you respect, and I'll show you respect going forward.
but if Ascension is a whack album, people say it's a whack album. In Yankee, people don't like. Some reviewers don't like Kingdom Come, and they call it a whack album.
Some people didn't like
Some people
these
don't
songs.
like Kingdom Come.
Do not take
Some
it from
people
guys,
don't
guys,
like
guys,
Blueprint 3.
No,
Some
hold on.
You people are missing. You people are missing.
No.
the point of this conversation.
Here is the
And which
greatest misconception
Osagie,
Nigerian
please stop,
entertainers
please
and
stop, please
creative
stop,
people
please
have.
stop.
The greatest misconception is that in all your glory, once we point one thing and say that thing is bad, you guys maybe don't feel that bad that is bad, but once we say it in the context of how we want to say it, which is what it is, you guys get mad.
to me,
And that is the whole bane of this discussion.
I need to-
That
I need
in
to
all
put
your
you up
glory,
on
am I?
Osagie,
Once I say this thing
Osagie,
didn't
stop doing
work,
this. What you're doing right now.
Yo, hold on.
you always get
Hold
mad.
on, hold on.
What I've said to
Osagie,
you.
what I'm saying.
I'm
What I've
serious.
said to
That's
you
it.
about facts.
That's it. It's
What
not-
I'm
it's
saying
not-
to you
that's
is-
it. Yeah, loose.
Because I respect you and I respect you
Yeah.
in what you do.
Yeah.
There are people in my family that's worse than you with my music. There are people in my family that I make music and I'm scared to play for them. So what I'm saying is, I respect your opinion. Don't tell me this is a whack record without telling me why you think it's a whack record. Hold on.
And if you're going to bring facts, let the
And
facts be
let the
correct.
facts be correct.
Simple.
There's a guy on the streets that I can say, man, that your $5 single na rubbish. And it goes in here and goes out. Because I don't respect his opinion. Because it's just one guy. He probably heard the record when he was drunk. Shout out to you. I respect you.
Yeah.
So it's whack. Cool. Why is it whack? This is why we're having this conversation. And if you're going to bring up facts,
Yeah.
it better be facts that everybody that's watching this shit.
You say it's a critique, you say it's a review.
So
facts cannot be debated.
Hold on. Lucina, let me, hold on. Lucina, can I jump in? Can I jump in, my
Talk to me
brother?
as your boy.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Go.
Now we have a show called Facts Only.
Yeah.
By Osagie.
Yes.
One of the most respected commentators on pop culture.
You're damn right.
Just get the facts.
Yeah.
That's
Which
all,
I've
my
always
brother.
done.
My brother, just get the facts.
Which I've always done.
I can at least point to one article where you ain't have no facts.
Luz, can I say something? Is it possible for us to say, oh, we don't like this Two-Face record?
Yeah.
Yeah, but calling it whack, you need to come with facts.
No,
It's
if
the same
you
thing
say
as
if you say you don't like
it's not done well, you
Yeah,
must
if-
have facts.
If you say you
Let
don't
me
like,
ask you a
that's a
question.
personal opinion.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
Yeah.
Has the Gaga Shuffle, has it done well?
I've not listened to the track. I listened to once. I didn't really feel
Okay.
it.
Has Gaga Shuffle, has it done well?
I can't going to equate a track being.
No, I'm asking you a question,
we're going
brother.
somewhere.
Because you are baiting me to
No.
somewhere.
Osagie.
You are, see,
Osagie.
you are the grand trickster.
Osagie.
Doing it to me.
Hold on. Osagie. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm a writer. I'm a writer, right? And I want to write a story about Two-Face's album.
Yeah.
Or Two-Face song.
Yeah.
Okay.
That song is a real thing. It's a tangible thing.
Yeah.
It's an MP3 I can download to my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say something about the song.
Yeah.
My opinion is that based on Two-Face's legacy, not my own or your own. Let's say your own opinion is that based on Two-Face's legacy, that song is whack. Let's say that's your opinion.
Not even his legacy. Like,
It's just a whack
if
song.
any other
to
person
you.
did it, to be a whack
Okay,
song.
to you. Now, for you to write that article, is it not fair for people that respect you as a world-class writer, for you to say how the song has done, even though you don't agree? Isn't it fair for me to say
There are
so?
two different things. A review
But
is different
speaking on
from-
opinions, you need to say this is my
and that's
opinion,
and that's
even
one-
though the numbers
That's one
disagree
conversation
with
we
me.
had. You have a problem with journalists actually having an opinion. Am I? Yes or no? You have a problem
Hell no.
with. So you
My
said
favorite review in the history of my life was
Yeah.
a negative review about MI2. It's called Still Waiting. The person said they listened to talk about it. They listened to incredible music. They believe this music and everything. And when they heard my album, from beginning to end, they listened to an album and they were still waiting. And let me tell you why it was my most incredible review.
why?
When I started writing MI2, the problem I saw was that by the way I speak, by my experiences, I've been to America, all these places, I was going to be able to make enough money with Talk About It to be okay. I came into this game with a plan, right? My brothers, everybody, studio, everything. I knew what I was going to do. But I saw that Nigerian hip hop was in the lows. And I said, I want to make an album that everybody's father can have a song as their ringtone. The hardest song I've ever recorded in my life was African Rapper #1. Kaynon tells you that I played him the hook. And I told him, bro, if I do this, will it damage my legacy? Abi? And Kaynon said to me from the door, he was standing by the door, he said, if you don't put out this song, I'm going to call you a goddamn fool in this thing. Because I knew how people would react to it.
Yeah.
So when the fan base react to it and that girl wrote that article, guess what? I knew exactly what she was talking about. That was not her expectation
Yeah.
from MI of Talk About It.
So that was not a review. That was an opinion.
No, it
piece.
was a review.
Then
It was a review.
obviously she got it.
It was a review.
Yeah.
But here's the point I'm trying to make to you. When you look back at my career, MI2 has a place. Abi?
MI2 is a MI2 is a great album.
Okay.
Great album.
Here's the point. You know that it was universally panned by the hip hop critics when it came out?
Yep.
Fuck the hip hop critics.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great album.
Can we go home?
That's what we came here to say. Bro, we done.
But do you think
Podcast
we're
over. That's all we came here to say.
Oh, here's another misconception. We actually think we're hip hop critics.
Yeah, I've
Really?
really sent them from that shit, man.
Have you've constantly heard on
Guys.
this album on this podcast.
Guys.
If you have listened to this podcast, I've always disagreed with
We'll
both nine.
lambast
Hip hop critics, man. Hip hop heads still want boom bap. What's my
and I
business with
accept
hip hop
that.
critics?
Did you write a review of MI2?
Did I write a review of MI2?
I wrote a
You
review
wrote
of
it.
it.
I think I wrote it. It was a Nigerian
Yes.
called
I gave
Donnie
it a
back
4
then.
over 5.
I gave it a
And people
4.
dissed to me. I said, I'm sure I won't mention the
Bro,
person's name
I got
now.
the album
A
first.
popular person heard your
God.
album. In the office I was working back there, I said, Emma has lost it because I was listening to African rapper #1.
Yeah.
I said, this is not Emma has sold out.
I gave
Because
it
the person's name now.
4.5.
But me, I understood. I said, look, any rapper that comes out with a classic, the major obstacle for him on his second album is to sell records.
Yeah.
Nas, Jay-Z, they all did that on his second
Okay,
album.
now.
And I understood where Emma was coming for, and he balanced those records, those big records,
Yeah.
with very soulful rap, epic with praise, Wild Wild West and the rest. That's why I
Yeah.
love the album. It's very, very balanced.
And this
And I said,
zigzag. Now, so
Any hip hop head that doesn't understand
My
MI2
brother,
should fuck
now
off.
listen to you. Listen
Yeah.
to me.
So you put us in that box all day long.
AOT2, please. I just need you to. I want us to focus and reach something today.
Yeah, fine.
in that moment, you had somebody, the guy was your friend, Abi?
It was I can't mention the person's name, but
Yeah.
it was someone.
But someone you fucked with.
respected.
Very.
Okay. And the person said to you, I don't like the album.
Yeah, because that was his
And
opinion.
wait,
though.
his opinion.
Yeah.
And then you said, I understand what Emma is doing.
Yeah.
And history has shown you
That you were right.
that you were right.
Fine.
Abi?
Yeah.
No. All I'm saying to you is that in your article, you did the opposite. You should have said, just listen to me. You should have said, listen. You should have said, I don't like Chairman. But more people that listen to iTunes like Chairman than they like any other rap album that's been released in the last 3 years.
Which is the hook of this whole
Listen
podcast.
to me. That's all you should have said. And understand, listen, that people make up their minds at different times. An artist that stays stagnant,
Will die. I know that.
an artist that tries to do the same thing will die. So part of being an artist is the
to
fact
evolve.
that you alienate people that loved you before. Talk about it, alienated my core fan base in Jos.
Yeah, true.
You guys don't know that.
No,
I know,
we know.
I heard the
We
story.
know.
It alienated my core fan base. When I released MI2, it alienated this new fan base that thought they were my core fan base. When I made Chairman, it alienated another fan base. But I was trying to do different things at different times with different levels of success in different climates. And when you come as somebody that I respect as a writer,
Yes.
Today.
all I want to say is that when you speak, I did not respect him yesterday,
Today.
facts.
Yeah.
Fine.
When you speak in the area of general acceptance, let facts lead you. That is not a new concept that MI created. It's how all writers in the world should be held by. I didn't create that. I'm holding you by a standard that you should hold yourself to say, my opinion is I don't like Chairman, but let me do research to see what people thought. My opinion is that since 2014, MI has been cold. But if MI has, by this small sect of people that I can pull, the best performing rap album and the best performing mixtape, guess what? MI may still be speaking to a community that even though I don't agree with, as my friend didn't agree with me when MI puts MI2 out, he's still speaking to somebody. And who knows, maybe that's his, you don't even need to say this who knows part, but at least you know it. Who knows, maybe that's MI's intention. My new project, I love what the kids are doing, I love it. It's more, my pastor came to me, he lives in the States, and he came to me and said, oh, his son really loves me. I said, this project's not for you. I never swore on my first 2 projects because I wanted parents to hear it. I wanted parents to download it, but now I'm swearing more because the kids, the word like fuck and they've lost their power. I'm swearing more. That's all. My brother, for the rest of the year, write shit about MI or don't write about me. The biggest thing you could do to me, the most harmful thing you could do to me, the best thing you could do to me is write negatively about me. I know that. This top finger, write a negative article about me. Guess what happens? I'll create 4 media opportunities from that. You write the article, people read the article. I insult you, people read my insult and read the article. I do a podcast, people watch the podcast, read my insult, read the article. And I put out the music. People listen to the music and go out. I created 4 media.
And I review it.
And you review it. Maybe 5, maybe more.
Yeah.
I know that if there's any artist in Nigeria that you know, when you see me tweet, whatever you see me do, I know what the fuck I'm doing, bro.
Grand trickster.
Nah, but listen to what I'm telling you. While I'm here, I'm telling you, I want Rolling Stone to come to Nigeria and say, who is that boy?
They're already doing it, man.
But excuse me, I want to just say that.
They're already
who are
doing
the
it.
guys that came
I'm
to?
sorry, man.
Who are the guys that came to meet Whiskey?
Oh, Noisy.
Noisy, actually.
They're already on
him.
him.
So sorry, I'm just saying.
Okay,
My shit international.
my brother,
Yeah. Thank you.
American Gods.
do you have facts to prove it? Do you have
American
iTunes? Are you
No,
talking
they're
about
emails.
iTunes? Do you have any
I can show you
facts?
emails. I can show you emails.
American Gods. You watch American Gods?
The cast, the producer,
Yeah.
and the actors.
They are
reach out
pushing.
to
Yeah.
me.
Guys,
Y'all have a script.
Man.
Y'all sound like y'all
Like,
acting out.
no, we're not writing.
No, we're not
producers.
writing this shit.
not writing
Come on, now.
if that's true,
Yeah.
I will, however, say that
What's popping?
as the majority of my career has been great,
Yes.
the majority of your writing has probably been great. But you wrote an article about the minority, Abi, and I'm also here to critique the minority. And let's accept that and move forward. You understand?
Yeah.
Let's accept that. Maybe this is how we should end.
Yeah.
Let's accept that when you said Emma is being emotional and responding, you never thought about the fact that you also would be emotional when Emma came and sat in front of your post and critiqued your boy. You never thought about that, and now you've seen that Do you know what? Wait, hold on. Let me just finish. That everybody's emotional. And as MI responded, I also responded when I was challenged.
I responded with facts. You didn't respond with facts.
Brother, this boy said one fact.
we going to go back to this
Osagie is the actual Grand Trickster. Osagie,
No, Ayo.
This guy's a
Ayo,
legend.
Don't listen. Don't
He's a
listen.
legend.
You talked about not
Brother,
supporting
this
artists.
guy is a legend.
You facts.
Oh
He's
my
a legend.
An
God.
article.
Guy.
Bro,
told
we
him- you told
responded
him
with
to purge.
facts to
You
that
told him to purge his
shelf-life
soul.
bullshit.
Let's drink. We're
You
not
told
going
him
to
to
win.
purge his
Osagie,
soul.
we're not going to
How does someone tell
Nah,
someone
bro,
to... I don't drink Mattel, I drink Jameson.
What?
I drink Jameson. That's what I drink.
Brother,
Because I have to
let's we're not going to win on this podcast. We're not
Look
going
at your
to
boy.
We're not going to win. This is platform. Don't worry.
No, I'm not here to win. I'm just here, like, listen, because I
Stay your
respect.
mind.
Because I know
But meanwhile, someone said you should stop saying that. Just hit me up. Like, you stop saying
I respect you.
that. You say it a lot, so just move on.
I don't care what they think.
Okay, cool.
I care what I think,
I'm just-
and I think I respect you.
Drink and be happy.
So fuck that nigga.
And that's the most
Fuck that guy.
important thing.
Yeah,
I
that's the most
respect you,
important
right?
thing.
And
At
because
the
I
end of the
respect
day-
you, your standards with me are higher.
See, at the end
Right?
of the day,
I understand.
at the end of the day,
You feel me?
Yeah.
So there's something maybe random Joe on the street will say, and I'll be like, yeah, that nigga crazy. Fuck that nigga. There's something you say, I'll be like, but why did? I know I fall my hand.
I totally get you
right?
because
So what I'm saying is that shelf life conversation, you need to. You can't do that.
Yeah, nobody just shelf like not facts.
No, but I'm saying shelf life
You know what I was going
goes
to do
to
to you?
facts.
AOT, do you know what I was going to do to you? AOT. I was going to take your articles, like 3 or 4 that I don't like, and you know how we used to grade English papers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I was
you
gonna
give him
show you-
all A's.
No.
You give him all A's.
Let him laugh.
Listen,
Let him laugh.
Osagie, I understand that this is your boy and you have to defend him.
It's not my boy. He's
But
my,
listen,
he's
you're,
my
you're,
colleague.
no, but when I say boy, I don't mean it
Yeah,
disrespectfully.
I know
I don't mean
what you
disrespectfully.
mean.
I mean it in a hip hop sense, like it's your nigga,
Yeah.
and you have to say so. But if you're, as I understand it, in the hierarchy of the office, you're higher than him. No disrespect.
Yeah.
If that's your actual meeting statement to him, that's a problem because the writing has to get better. Okay. Now, but listen to me.
I agree.
Hold on.
I agree.
Hold on. The
No, I
writing.
agree.
The writing. Now,
But
all I'm trying to say to you,
constantly
is that I was going to do that and put it up before, not because I wanted to be right, but because I want you to feel how it feels for Shegun, right? To be a guy from where do you live, bro? Moe. To make it from Moe, to come to this place as a young man. When he was 7 years old, he never believed you have to hustle like this. He'll go to school, they tell him leaders are the future of tomorrow. To finally make it, and after he's done, somebody says, this boy is a fool, what can he write? Rubbish. You try to defend your staff by telling me what they've been through. All I'm asking you to do is write what the African artists are going through as they record the music.
Which is
to
what
sit
we-
with them. No,
But
listen.
why are you telling us we
listen.
don't do this?
Now, as you said to me, I haven't argued with you, but that's all I'm saying to you. And all I'm saying to you that even if you've done it every time, on the MI article, it wasn't done because there were no facts in the article and it was stated like facts. And in credit to the OG here, the OG said, I can accept that at some point today. I can accept that what I said, the syntax of what I said isn't what I meant, right? At some point you said so. Am I wrong?
IG Live.
No, you go.
Yeah,
Keep going, keep going.
So, in summation, guys, all I'm trying to say to you guys is the phone died, Abby. Yeah. My brother, is that.
No, it's like it's showing, but it's showing.
I think there are 2 or 3 things to take away from here.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest person here, so maybe I should have the last word. Is that.
I
Number
knew-
1.
you can't see.
Osagie.
A wise person once told me, you cannot win an argument with M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Osagie, number
So,
1.
You know.
What's the wise person you do?
Osagie,
What's the wise person you do?
No. Someone told me.
AOT2,
No, I've been told.
Osagie.
Yeah.
You can't run away from the fact that every time you guys do things,
Yeah.
there's a response. Because you guys are important. I'm here because you guys are important. You guys are not some run down the road writer that just said something about me. I just said, fuck off. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect, it doesn't. I'm 10 years since my first single.
Yeah.
I understand how this shit works. When you write a negative article about me, I want it to do well.
It's not negative.
No, but if you write a negative...
perceive it as
let me say,
negative, it's not
if
negative.
you write a negative article about me, I want it to do well because it adds to my numbers. I understand that. 10 years, bro. Now, listen. This article, this interview is the first of its kind.
I like it. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah. It's not been done before.
Never have
It's not been
media
done
and
before.
artists had,
Yeah.
let's do this more. Don't be afraid. You see what the Breakfast Club is doing? See
Yeah.
what Sway is doing?
Yeah.
Let's talk.
We've always tried to do
Let's
this,
converse.
you know, but
why?
people don't try
Brother,
to come out.
What is happening in Nigeria today? I wish you guys weren't working at Ringier, because Ringier, at the end of the day, one white man somewhere is taking the credit. But listen, what you guys are doing, what you're doing is historic for black people. Let's help each other. And if the help, at the end of the day, when you listen, if the help is to say, brother, you're whack, that's what you should do. But we should always start out trying to help each other. Number one. Number two, this sort of conversation must happen more. That's what we've done today. We've opened that glass ceiling of, what is your name? Tell us your name. How are you? What have you done? Let's have real conversation.
Shout out to your radio
You know what I'm
stations,
saying?
whack-ass radio station.
Shit.
Shout out to Douglas, though. Shout out to Douglas. Shout out to Gbemi. Shout out to Dami Elebe. Shout out to Folu Storms.
Shout out to Sensei Uche. Shout out to Kemi
Sensei-
Smalls. Shout out to...
I'm doing my shout outs.
Oh, sorry, my
All right.
bad, my
Shout
bad.
out to Omalicha. Shout out to Big Time.
These
Shout
are the
out
guys
to-
that do real interviews, right?
That me, I
Okay,
watch,
God,
oh.
because those are my people.
You understand? You understand?
No, it's not this.
Yeah,
Shout out
we
to
won't
those
do that
guys.
on my watch.
Shout out to
Like that.
Olisa when he goes into Olisa mode. And that's where it stops.
You ain't gonna give Sensei Uche?
Shout out. No, I haven't heard any Sensei Uche.
You gonna shout against Tosin Box?
No, I'm going. That's what I was going to do. Tosin Bokno, Top Radio. I love you, Tosin. Shout out to you as well.
So there's people you
That's
don't
people
listen
that-
to
You ain't gonna
might
give a shout out
have-
to take Kemi
Yeah.
Smalls?
Okay,
Sorry?
okay, cool.
Kemi
Okay,
Smalls?
cool.
I don't listen to her interviews, but I love her.
Okay, cool.
But I don't listen to her interviews.
Alright.
I haven't.
So
it's not like,
Osage shout outs don't encompass like the people that
I don't
do
listen
great
to
work.
radio, so
Alright,
please.
cool.
Number one, we are the OGs.
yeah.
Let's do better. You've said to me, do better on your article. I'm here to on your podcast to say to you, let's do better. Let's have more real interviews. And last but not least, raise a crop of writers that tell the real story.
We're doing
because
that.
what you said, just hear me out. What you said is that you guys are concerned with telling the real story of these young guys. Trust me, the real story about Santi hasn't come out. It's not come out. The real story about Odunsi hasn't come out. The real story about Tay. Let somebody be on, even if you can't fly to Abuja and sit in his place and see the artwork around him and see everybody in the room and see what Bantu are trying to do in their young 20s. At least somebody can be on the phone with him. And guess what? When people write opinion pieces that piss artists off, they will never get the real story. There must be mutual respect. Do you understand? So what I want is for
Doing that.
for
Doing that.
Ayo to come and sit with me in my studio
guy that does everything.
and listen to my album. I don't even know. You say him?
Shagun.
I've never heard of
nobody
him
has-
till today. Till
Illustrate.
today.
It's fine. It's fine. But
So
guess
let
what?
Shagun come and sit with me.
We've
What? Yeah, I do. Yeah, okay.
Illustro.
What's the name of it?
Illustrate. Nobody has
There are
curated
two people that are my
this
student.
renaissance
That were
of
my
Nigerian
student,
music. There is no other platform that has curated it as much and as well.
No, don't say as well.
Oh God damn it!
Native is beating you guys right now.
Osage,
Shout out to Native,
Please,
right?
all
Shout out
those-
to
Right
Chubbs.
now.
Shout out to Native.
Right now.
We've
And in the
been
past,
doing this- when the Native
and in the
launched,
past,
can I
while
ask
you are
when the
Net,
Native launched?
Net did it better.
No.
But that's
Yes,
what I'm saying. If you
You
can,
know
I like
I'm
what you
right.
guys do.
You know
You're-
I'm right.
You're tricking me, but
You
it's
know
fine.
I'm right.
No,
You know I'm. You know that I'm correct.
You also need
You
to
know that I'm
understand-
correct.
shout out to Native.
I love them.
Shout out to
I
Native.
love Native.
They can make out the best writer.
Yeah.
Put about best article, and we'll do it one-on-one. Fine.
No bars, no bars.
No, I'm not in bars.
There's nobody that can fuck with you, my nigga.
No.
You, my
But you're
nigga.
challenging my
You the
company.
OG.
You're challenging my company and saying, like, Native.
I love
Shout out to
them.
I just
Native.
want to say
When
something.
But you want to bring out your
I just
shit,
want
I'll
to
bring
say
out
this,
my
and
shit too.
let's name drop this. When Native launched, Shagun, what did I say? Fantastic guys. I really like what they are doing. At the launch, at the Native launch, sorry, was that the Native launch? Yes. I met the editor in chief, right? My cousin is on the board. Tiny Alonge, right? He's on the board. He's my cousin. Like, much love. When Native was launching, what happened? They came to meet us now.
Came to meet us.
And
Before
we
they
said,
even started.
hey man, we are working our pulse. We can't do
What's
this.
Joey doing at the office today?
Joey, he's writing and he's putting in work. It's on a holiday. Today's a holiday,
Today's
Friday,
actually
and he's
holiday.
putting in work. He's not going home. He's
Guys,
putting in work.
the same expectation you have from me.
Yeah.
This is the third point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As the OG,
yeah.
as the legend. Listen,
I'm a
as the
youngster.
legend, as the OG.
I'm a youngster.
I'm
I'm
talking
not
about
an
myself
OG.
now.
Oh yeah, of course.
As the legend and
Yeah.
as the OG.
Yes.
The same expectation you have from
I like
me.
when you call it like
I
that.
want you to know
Yeah.
that from today henceforth,
Yes.
I have the same
For us.
for you.
Thank you.
because I
That
came
means
to your
a lot.
office on Saturday,
Yeah.
on Friday, which is a Saturday, it's a holiday.
Public holiday.
And I had previously thought, this is how let you know how much I listen to your podcast. I thought Joby was on the podcast. I thought Joby was the third person. So why I spoke to him, I said, I'm here for you. I don't know who Steve is, my brother. Please, Steve, don't be offended.
Yeah, it's fine.
But the point is that
Steve is the sports
I'm
guy.
here for you to hold you accountable also. To read those articles, to be able to send you a DM, which is what you would want, to say, here, you could have written
Syntax
this
error.
sentence better. Here, the words you used are wrong.
Can I?
Here.
Now listen,
not
Can you
used
and let me tell you
Can I
something.
say, I listen to your new single.
Absolutely.
I didn't feel the first verse.
But here's
No,
the
but I
point.
do that to him.
But here's the point.
Do it.
Here's the point. That's
You
what
have
we're
that
supposed to
access,
do.
you just choose to not use it.
Here's the point. That's what we're supposed to do. And when I met Osagie, that's what I said to him. I said, write whatever you want to write. Since Osagie and I have that conversation, have I ever tried to force a story on you?
No.
Have I ever called you to say I want to pay you to put a story out?
No.
Never. That's not what I'm about, bro. I'm an artist to the core. Let the artists go out there and fight for their this thing. Let Chocolate City show who it is by facts, not by pain.
Not by bigger walls.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not by connects. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the day you wrote that article about Chocolate City, the owners of Chocolate City called me.
He called me too.
They called me to their house to come and sit down with them to tell them what am I doing. Understand? Being the CEO of Chocolate City has been the toughest thing. But you know what? I wish you sat down with me and wrote the real story about the Nigerian music business. I wish, Osagie. I wish you knew what labels are really dealing with. I wish you knew who was really funding these labels. I wish you knew about the real payola story that's going on. And guess what? You shortchanged yourself by telling a story that was sensational. The only label you can count on today, the only two labels that you can count on to be here in 10 years today. Maven, as long as Don Jazzy is there. As long as Don Jazzy is there. But understand that the Don Jazzy of Chocolate City is not even in Nigeria today. That's Audu. And Chocolate City is still here. So you can only count on Maven and Chocolate City. I wish you wrote the real story. So that in 600 years, what you're talking about, when people look back, they will say, these are the real issues. It wasn't about views. It wasn't about what's going to be hotter. I really sat down and found out the real story. I really studied the real economics of what was going on. Because as far as brand name names go, Chocolate City is the oldest brand name in the music business. And music business, it doesn't have brand names that last more than 5 years. Where's Young Money? Where's Rough Riders? Where's Bad Boy? I'm not talking about Nigerian label that we raised our personal salary to build. I'm talking about labels that are funded by Universal, millions of dollars. Where are they? Why is it that every label after 5 years, every hip hop label dies? Why is it that in the history of labels, the oldest label that's still standing is Chocolate City Music? Why? How can I help? How can I understand what's really going on? How can I give information to the Nigerian youth that will improve our industry? I wish you had told that story instead. And you could have told that story by just sitting with me and listening to me. And then write whatever you want to write. That's all I said. That's all I was upset about. You're my guy. Call me. Sit down with me. Emma, you're fucking up. Jesse's album says it's supposed to come out. What's going on? Millie left. What the fuck is going on? Why did Millie leave? What the fuck is going on? Sit down with me. That's what I want all of us to do. And on behalf of you, I say to every artist out there, know that if you release a whack verse, a whack album, or you're fucking around, these motherfuckers ain't gonna play with you. Pulse is not here for jokes. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about MI. Who the fuck do you think you are? They don't give a fuck about Two-Face. Our father, our daddy.
We do. We love Two-Face.
Our daddy.
No, you don't. You
don't
can't.
give a fuck about it.
Because I called a record. Are we trying to say Jay? Are we trying to say our favorite artists haven't had a subpar verse before?
Listen, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
you said his single is
I
back and you didn't
brought
tell me why.
an exclusive. Listen, I brought an exclusive bottle of Mattel here.
And now you're through half away.
This bottle only 300 bottles of this were made.
Yo.
Only 300 bottles. It's Mattel celebrate. Mattel is the oldest cognac house, so only 300 bottles were made, and we're supposed to drink it. Now 4 of us cannot drink through one bottle, but I threw half of it.
Sorry, I feel half.
So when you come to the Paul's beautiful office, Ringier. They're doing a great job. Shout out to y'all.
Thank you.
Please come and lick the floor because there's some exclusive material on the floor. You know what I mean?
So when are you going to be back for part 2 of this, which
Yeah.
is curating your career
Yeah.
and the journey, which I'd like to discuss more and just talk about your impact as a hip-hop artist and an icon in the Nigerian music industry.
I go on Monday. I actually canceled the flight. I'm supposed to be in Abuja today for an event that I have tomorrow. But I'll go to London on Monday morning, right? And then I'll be there finishing the Tudu Fellowship, which is historic. I'm the first musician in Africa to be part of the Desmond Tutu Leadership Fellowship. It's not a joke. And I'll share with you guys what's happening. But trust me, there's no way I could do all these other things on the side. Be involved in deep conversations of politics. Your article, when you wrote about the Ambode thing, you said none of these artists know about the policies.
Yeah.
I personally wrote the contracts. The contracts with every artist that supported Ambode were written by my company.
Okay.
Now, every artist, nobody wanted to fuck with PDP. And I personally explained to them why Ambode was the guy. So that's also not a fact. Yes, not APC. We didn't support APC. We supported Ambode because I knew Ambode. I've never been involved in partisan politics, my brother. When I was not making 1 million a show, the Babangida campaign, I'll say here, offered me 30 million, 10 million an appearance, not to say a word, just to show up, and I turned it down. So there's a story, my brother. There's a story. Imagine if I told you this story. Imagine you came and sat down with me and I told you this story. Two-Face is the most loved Nigerian alive today.
That's fact.
True.
No, that's fact.
And Two-Face has never taken money on behalf of politics. He's taking money he's been blessed not taking money because the politicians actually love him the way the common man does. But if there's an artist that I will stick my neck on their integrity, it's Two-Face. And what happened to Two-Face through that whole protest period, where Two-Face stuck his neck out against the politics and was forced, there's a story there. There's a real reason why it happened. And I wish we had written that real story because the young people need that story. You understand? And Two-Face is a great guy. Now, those are facts that are wrong. I sat down with Flavor at the hotel. Diamond was there, P-Square were there. I called him outside. I said, I want you to help me support Ambode. I sat down with Wizkid. Wizkid didn't take the deal. Sat down with Olamide, sat down with everybody. And the key thing they said was that if I go for PDP, I make more money. But if I go for Ambode, explain to me why I should agree. One of the people that supported Ambode was Banky W. If you know anything about Banky W, you know that Banky W is not having it if it doesn't make sense.
Shout out to Banky.
And until they all met Ambode one-on-one, and we sat down and we spoke, none of them agreed to support Ambode. Facts, my brother. Yemi Alade, Waje, Banky W, Olamide. Olamide even said no like 3 times. There's no money that they didn't offer Olamide. He said no. For Olamide to be singing, Ambode is my friend. They know why. Because we are happy to see the development that Ambode is bringing. Do you understand?
I have a question.
Yeah, no.
I have a
What we're
question.
talking about now is relative.
Yeah.
Nigeria has a rate of development that's realistic. Right? Ambode is above that expectation. Everybody else is below. Now, Fashola and Tinubu have all been. Lagos State has a thread of consciousness that's gone. But Ambode has kept in that line. And if you don't think that somebody could come in and fuck it up, you are mistaken, brother.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My question is I understand what you said and I take it in. My question now is, when we now see some level of non-performance or subpar performance,
By the government?
yes,
Okay.
why aren't these same people on certain issues? Of course, there's always going to be issues, but like on certain glaring issues, some things that are just taking time to get done.
By Ambode
Yes,
or by Buhari?
by Ambode,
Okay, by Ambode.
right?
Okay.
Why don't we see these same artists be as vocal as they were when these politicians were trying to get elected
It
into?
feels as if from our end, like,
Yeah.
You forced us to join.
no, that
But
we've decided we've collected the check and everything. We did the jingles. We appeared with you, and to the
Okay.
attempt to Israel.
Okay, I'm going to say 2 things.
Yeah.
Number 1, the reason why, for me, let me tell you something. What I'm about to say to you is about to blow your mind. The day Audu tweeted the tweet that started all this hula baloo, I saw the tweet and I didn't retweet it. because Audu is from Southern Kaduna. I knew that information would reach him emotionally. I'm not from Southern Kaduna. If you check, I've only retweeted other people's tweets about Makurdi. I'm from Taraba State. Taraba State and Makurdi are right next to each other. I want to get facts before I retweet. We're in an era of fake news. You understand? Now, most people, just the same way Osagie jumped in to support you, they took their time. I'm giving you my word. I have the contracts. They took their time before they agreed to support Ambode. Remember that Flavor came on at the time when the Igbo people were upset with Ambode.
Yeah, the whole Oba of Lagos thing.
Yeah.
It took it a while. They needed to get facts. The same way, before you turn your back on somebody that you believe in, it will also take a while. You understand? Now, there's a general, realistic level. There's an optimistic expectation, which is the Messiah. Somebody's going to come and change Lagos. Then there's the realistic. I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Over my 8 years, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what the first term is about doing in politics. This is realistic. We young people, forget about the politicians. We have to understand that the first term, the politicians want to get re-elected. So they need to do things that is going to make their core base vote for them again. And what that means is that you have to understand that the opposition is going to attack what they've not done. Now, if we're able to have a more intelligent discourse, which is what all I've been asking for throughout today, we're going to get down to the core of the issue. But as long as we feed into the problem, as long as you're able to attack Flavor without understanding why Flavor voted for Ambode, you're also feeding into the problem, which is that the opposition is going to say, can't you see, these people just collected money, vote for me. Brother, I was offered 20 times more money to vote for PDP in the finale the last 3 weeks. Remember they shifted the election?
Yeah.
Remember they shifted the election?
Yeah.
Someone like Wizkid, sorry, I'm putting people's business out there.
No problem.
Someone like Wizkid was offered stupid money, and Wizkid said no. He said, I'm not going to go either side. I'm just going to stay neutral. There was so much character displayed by Nigerian artists during that election because people were tired of the government that was, and they wanted them out. And the young people understood that, and they stood by that. There's so much character that is displayed. So much character. That's the story, my brother. If you write the right articles, you're going to get respect, and people are going to sit down with you and listen to you. Do you understand? And tell you the real truth, as I'm telling you now, because I respect you guys. So much character displayed. And let me tell you, character says, even though there's so much going on in Lagos, I can tell you something. The Lagos I saw 2 years ago is not the Lagos of today. That's a fact, my brother.
I have another question.
Yes. Real deep.
With this kind of flood, the flooding that is happening, right, on the island, on the mainland, the flooding on the mainland is just as bad as the flooding that's happening on the island. I don't know if you know for a fact, but I'm just saying, is a Yemi Alade or any other person who supported Ambode, are they reaching out to the governor to say, hey, what are you doing? People are losing their houses. Okay. People are losing their homes.
Okay.
Do you think they are doing these things?
Yeah, let me answer the question.
And
now.
Are they doing that privately? And what do you think about that versus they have that same energy they used in taking him in and putting all that shit on Twitter and saying, we need to do better. What is going on in Lagos?
Okay.
Do you understand? Being vocal about the issues.
So let me answer your question, my brother. And this is a real answer. Before I answer, I'm going to tell you something. I supported Ambode and I was paid for my time up until a certain point. Since then, I've not received money from Ambode's campaign. So I'm not speaking because I'm paid. I've seen Ambode 2-3 times. He's my friend. So I've seen him 2-3 times and we've spoken, but he's so busy. And they gave everybody a thank you for coming at one time. A whole bunch of people, but nothing extra for me. You see, the problem of flooding in Nigeria, first of all, you must say that the last 2 years we've had historic rainfall in Nigeria.
Truth.
Fact. And historic rainfall makes even a town like Houston that is able to avoid the flooding issues every year. Historic rainfall has made them enter a new reality this year.
Well, that's
right?
That's more of a hurricane issue.
Yeah, but it's historic. The amount of rainfall. The hurricane came and passed. Yeah. But what happened is that the rainfall that stayed is historic. We're talking about water. Hurricane is the wind.
Yeah, that
right?
brings,
that blows. Yeah. But the rain, we're talking about the rain.
Torrential rain.
Now, my house has been flooded last year 3 times and this year 1 time. when Lagos was built, and Lagos is the best built city in Nigerian history, right? Maybe apart from South Africa and Egypt, the best built city in Africa. The reality of global warming was never factored into. So Lagos is being built on the premise that is built on the premise that rainfall is going to take a certain amount of growth every year, right? And that reality is no longer true because of global warming, because the icebergs are melting, the level of the water has risen. So when it rains, the people that will get hurt immediately if we try to solve the problem like this are the poor people, right? So if Lagos State doesn't want to be seen as a wicked government that is just shutting down this, burning all these places by old people, by poor people, and putting pipeways and everything, right? They're going to have to take their time and solve the issue. Now, this year it's bothering because we have not seen anything or heard anything that's a real reason as to why flooding will not be solved next year, right? But let's put it in context and gray areas. And I don't think it's at the time yet at which, if I'm close to Ambode and I have the opportunity to engage, I should speak about him on social media and shut out my access to engage. You understand? It's not yet that time. We've had historic rainfall around the world. Everywhere in the world where they didn't expect flooding, there's been flooding. 3 years ago, there was flooding in New York where they never expected. My dad was in New York at that period. They never expected that there would be flooding. Flooding filled up, what's the Penn Station or whatever in New York. I'm getting the name wrong, people are gonna kill me. It filled it up to the brim. Bro, what you only see in movies happened, right? It's happening around the world. Global warming is fucking up everything for everybody. But what Lagos State has done is they said, Atlantic City, by the end of this thing, we're gonna raise the land above sea level, and those projects are ongoing. And unfortunately, you and I will be able to survive all these changes, but the poorest guy won't be able to survive. So any drastic measure needs to take into account that there's a poor guy that cannot move tomorrow morning. You understand? He cannot move. So guess what, Ambode, the issues you're dealing with are we past 2 hours now?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Oh God, shit. Let's wrap up. But at Tutu Fellowship, what I'm learning is that in our generation, we're going to deal with something called wicked problems. Wicked problems are like Chocolate City, right? You have a brand that's been around for 12 years, that majority of the fan base don't look to for something to be exciting anymore. But it's also the cash cow for a company, which is Chocolate City Group, which has like 8 companies. And it needs to be seen, even though monetarily, it doesn't need to make money, it needs to be seen as the money maker. Right? So it's a wicked problem. A wicked problem is something that if I change one thing about it, something else will change. It's not like, oh, you need to pee, go and pee. You've solved the problem. A wicked problem is that if you stand up to pee, this chair will fall down, and the other people are now going to feel like they need to pee. If they go to pee, water in the WC is going to finish.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, butterfly effect. And we have to be able to attack wicked problems with a different mindset. You understand? A complex mindset. And that's sort of where we are as a generation. And that's what I say to you guys. Everything is complex. Write a complex article. Write an article that disagrees with you and agrees with you at the same time, but says the truth as you've seen it, as you've researched it. You understand? And let me tell you why that's most important. There's no young artist that would look at me and not say, that's somebody I want to be like. I want to be better than. Osagie, your OG may be Ayeni, I don't know.
Yeah, shout out to Ayeni Adekunle.
But Ayeni did well, and you've done well. And what you've told me as I research more, because I came here with a negative thing, is that Ayo has done well. But Ayo is in the building. Shegun is in the building. And what we want is for Shegun. Bro, I want Shegun to write for the fucking New York Times. Don't attack me. What I did put Wizkid where he is.
Word.
What you do should put Shegun in the New York Times. That's why I'm here. That's all. So we've agreed, we fought, we disagreed. But I think what we've come to the center is that let's speak closer. Let's not insult each other across the aisle. Let's listen to each other. Reach out to me. At least Chocolate City is opening. You want to talk about CK? Go and sit down with CK. Do you know how old CK is?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
CK.
but you said, who the fuck is CK?
Let me tell you something.
My
about
point
CK.
exactly.
Let me tell you about CK.
I didn't like that.
Let me tell you
I
about
know,
CK.
I'm sorry.
I didn't like
I was
that.
trying
I
to
didn't
prove
like
a
that.
point.
Yeah, before I end.
I was trying to prove
Before I end, let me
a
tell you
point.
about CK.
Okay.
CK was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Not yet been to university. He told his
Fantastic
parents-
producer.
He told his parents, I'm going to move to Lagos to be an artist. His parents said, you can't. But he knew he had to go. He was the last born of I think 6 kids or 7 kids. So CK raised the money, rented a place in Lagos while he was in Kaduna. Do you know the inflation between Lagos and Kaduna?
It's crazy.
He rented a place in Kaduna, in Lagos, and left when he was 18 years old, arrived in Lagos and called his parents and told his parents, I'm in Lagos now. I know you guys are going to be upset with me, but I have to do this. This is the call of my life. When he got to the place, the owner of the place, the person had duped him. So he had nowhere to stay. So with the remaining money he had, he rented a place. Then he Googled the name of all the studios and started going one by one. 2 studios gave him feedback. AQ Studio and Chocolate City.
Shout out to AQ.
The day that he came to Chocolate City, the first day he came to Chocolate City, he was meeting with Moti and I walked in and he played the beat for Third Mainland Bridge. And I listened to it. I said, I want to do this song. And I recorded it. And I left. I didn't know who CK was. The next time I saw him, he took a few minutes, told me, I'm 19 years old, I'm stranded in Lagos, I have nowhere to sleep. I told him, come and stay in my house. He stayed in my house for a year. And after that year, I said, he's at a decision-making point. If he doesn't have somebody that's going to put some money behind him, he's going to be stranded. So I agreed to sign him, knowing that even though he's just 20 years today, between the time he's 20 and the time he's 35, he's going to make a big record. So while you may sit down and diminish his efforts and tease us, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
And diminish efforts and tease us, I am betting on his future. I'm leveraging on giving him an opportunity. Guess what? The only person that can be disappointed in this is me, because it's my money.
Yeah.
But I'm leveraging on giving him an opportunity. And if you come to Chocolate City office and you sit down there, you're going to see at least 20 artists that are like that, young boys.
I'd like to say something about that.
Yeah.
And you're very right? I mean, Kanye, if we Google now, there's a video of Kanye with Mace and Harlem.
All those guys.
He couldn't even articulate himself. This was when Mace dropped Harlem World before Double Up.
Best podcast you ever seen in your life.
Amen. What I'm trying to say is that CK is a fantastic producer. We all know.
Please don't shit on him at this
I'm
point.
not shitting on him.
Don't say anything negative.
No, it's
Even
not
if it's
negative.
your opinion. No, don't say anything.
I'm
just
just trying to say that
he's a young boy.
You know how you said you're betting on his future? It's fine. I'm a journalist. What I see now, I will say now. If it changes, I swear I would say.
Osagie, all I'm trying to say.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
you can't stop me.
Osagie, I accept that.
It is unfair of me to not say anything at all.
Today.
You have to curate it.
Okay,
If
okay.
it is not, if it is what it is, then say what it is at that time.
Okay,
And when it is different, I will
Yeah.
report it's different.
Okay.
But I will not hold back. And
Okay.
that doesn't mean I'm not encouraging.
Yeah, what you're
I've
talking about is
encouraged by-
censorship, Abi.
I've encouraged by putting
Do you
this
feel
video.
I'm trying to censor you guys?
Yeah.
Because
Because
when CK first came out in the scene, when he was
gave
part of
him
the
props.
I said, look, the producers they all put together. I said, these boys.
We
I've
talked
been so-
about
I've
them
been so-
now.
I wasn't surprised
talked
when he
about
became an
that.
artist.
This was takes. Do you know when I-
after you shitted on me like 3 articles back to back, then in fact the most ridiculous thing you guys ever did
Yeah.
is that in the middle of my promo run, you guys said you wrote an article that said Emma is tweeting too much. And I was like, what?
Hey, but you were.
During while I'm promoting the mixtape?
No.
Are you fucking
It
serious?
wasn't.
Like,
No.
my
It
brother,
wasn't.
are you a
It
fucking serious
wasn't. It wasn't the
person?
amount
Like-
of tweets. It's what you
My
were saying.
brother.
You were demystifying yourself.
By your opinion.
Oh gosh.
What you have to say is that
But
I'm promoting.
You were.
When I'm promoting, you shouldn't do
You took it to another level. You were demystifying
Osagie,
yourself.
Let's get back to
You know I'm
CK
not
thing.
challenged here today.
Why?
I've not challenged you holding on to your opinion. But I want you to understand something. You have to understand that your opinion is not... You're not at pause and hired by pause because of your opinion.
Yeah.
You're hired at pause because of your expertise.
Yeah.
Don't fall back on your opinion. Fall back on your expertise.
Part of that is having strong opinions and
No,
people
it's
trusting
the
my judgment.
expertise
No, people
at
trusting
which-
my judgment. Oh.
Listen, nobody has
You
stronger
don't know
opinion.
why they hired me.
Listen, nobody has stronger opinion
Yeah.
than street guy. Street boy get opinion. It's the expertise with which you manage your opinion.
Okay.
All I'm trying to say to you is that understand the difference between opinion. Now, if AOT, no, forget AOT, OG, Osagie OG, Shegun, upcoming young OG, right? If you go to CK's house, do you know where CK? See, do you know where CK is living? If you go and sit down with CK tomorrow, and you listen to the music he has coming up, and you listen to his challenges working with Chocolate City, he complains to you about MI, he complains to you about his A&R, complains to you about his head of music. You understand? Chocolate City, the most structured label in Africa, the only label that's going to be here 50 years to come. It's hard work. I tell you guys,
That's fact.
it's fucking hard work. Because having a hot label is catching lightning in a bottle. Nobody could anticipate MI, Jesse, and Ice Prince coming at the same time.
The classic trio.
Now, but listen, Princess is like, man, we need to cut this shit out.
Yeah, here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
text there.
But what I want to say is that if you sit down with them, Shegun, sit down with what's his name, CK, and then you write an article. Maybe your article will say, Chocolate City needs to do better for CK. He's talented. That's
But that
all.
doesn't.
Listen, all.
Yeah.
In that article,
Yeah.
Emma may be upset with you, but you will know that you have done your job. Until you do that, all I'm saying is that from our writers, don't write an article about CK, because you are dealing in a world where people can say anything and it goes viral. And what you want to do is to be the exception to that.
Okay.
You want to be the truth. So now you're not just competing against MI's expectation, you're also competing against the fake news expectation. There should be nothing that's written in your... Do you know why Donald Trump is so powerful?
Fake news.
Because a lot of what he said is true about CNN and those guys.
Fake news. Yeah.
So guess what?
I agree with that.
Even though Donald Trump is a fucked up guy,
He's scoring points with that.
he's scoring points because they're fucking up.
Yeah.
So guess what they need to do? They need to self-regulate.
Now, I understand what you say, and this is.
And
still,
I wish you accept that.
This
I
is,
wish you accept that even though everything I've said about Pulse
Yeah.
and about Ayo and about Osagie hasn't been true, Pulse needs to self-regulate.
Okay.
And I know you can't say that because Ringia in Switzerland from 1888.
No, I mean, then again,
I know you can't.
then again, that's your
That's the
opinion.
way between you and I.
No, that's your opinion.
That's not my opinion.
That is your opinion.
Okay.
I want to say, for every time Shegun needs to go and see a CK, right? There are a million people he can see. And it's good to get those stories out. It's important.
Don't write about CK until you see him. That's what I'm saying.
Which is what I'm
Write
trying
about
to
whoever you want to write about.
What I'm trying to say.
But tell the truth.
Oh,
I'm not saying write
page, yeah.
only about CK or write
M,
about somebody.
M.
I'm saying if you want to write about CK, write the truth.
We're on the same page here. That doesn't, however, that doesn't take away from the fact that
You're writing good articles about other people.
no. You will critique what he has released as art. What you have released as art has nothing to do with the struggles or everything. What you have critiqued as art, if it falls under a genre that has already existed, I will critique it.
That's facts.
Do you understand? Because when we write articles, you don't know the struggle I've been through. You don't know where I've...
These are Osagie always calls back to. Osagie always calls me his hip hop. Osagie always calls me his hip hop.
You don't know where the struggles I've been through. You don't know the parts of Lagos I've slapped.
Do you know
Or how I used to come to
I don't know
Coco
everything.
Lounge from
I
Yaba
respect
and I'll
you.
need to walk to Ojuelegba because I don't have enough money
This
to
is
go
lounge,
home.
nigga.
I used to come to Coco Lounge every freaking Monday.
But why didn't you highlight
When you
your
were a
boy?
bachelor boy, remember? I used to go to Unilag to watch Vector freestyle with 20 bucks. Was it 20 bucks, your guy? When he murdered
my
20
nigga.
bucks, I was there in Unilag
Wait,
when
what?
it happened. Yes, it happened.
I didn't see that. I can't speak on that.
It was so bad. 20 bucks, I'd say they wanted to go 60 minutes, 60 seconds. Then Vector told him he's not a 1 minute man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was terrible. I was there.
I don't know that.
Which is fine. You're holding it down for your guy.
No,
You were not there. I
young
know.
legend,
I
by
was
the way.
there. I'm trying to tell you.
All the fans out there
No,
asking why Vector and I haven't rapped together. I don't know why.
I think we've passed.
It just hasn't happened.
That ship has
But-
still passed. It's
but-
fine.
I'm the guy that
Why?
wants to rap with
Vector
everybody.
and Emma.
On my album, the best verse
I don't
I've
know.
ever heard
You
by
need to speak
Nigerian
on this.
artists.
Why?
I'm saying the ship
Your
has
new album,
how?
New album.
Emma's
Rap by
done it
Ghost.
with Neto. He has done it with
Go-
Kills.
okay,
He has
show
done it
them.
with you.
When he sent me the verse, I said,
So why is the MI Vector shape?
"But let me
done?
give me-
I don't know who's clamoring. Are people
Do you guys have
clamoring
Gary
for-
and Sugar here, by the way?
No.
Chill.
I think who's clamoring for an MI Vector.
Yeah, I mean it's a conversation.
Gary and sugar?
Yeah, find Gary now. Let him drink.
If you have, I will drink Gary.
He wants to own this narrative.
Gary now.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
You think I came here to
No,
joke?
bro, really.
Yeah, I know.
Get it.
Grand trickster. And that's what I expect you. But my
Get it, let's
question
go.
here is, I've gone through all these struggles. I was going through all these struggles. When I write my articles, you don't base all that on my struggles now. So I know every artist has a story to tell, but when you create art, I want to critique art. Not because you stayed in an uncompleted building and all that. Now, if that's translated in the music, I can understand and I pull it. But most times, and it's sad that, we're talking about CK like this because I really like him as a producer. I don't like him as an artist.
I didn't get that vibe when you said that.
But this is,
No, I don't want to talk about CK, please. Can we?
Look,
can we
let's
avoid
move on
talking
from
about
CK. Let's talk about, let's say, generic artists now. Can be a nice guy, and we've seen this in the industry most times.
CK's new single, by the way.
Listen to Loose new single.
We'll get to that.
Have a laugh.
Single. CK.
Greatest podcast. You have released podcast in 2 parts, right?
Yeah, it's one.
You
We only did that with Bankole. That was too good. We had Jay-Z, Kanye in the conversation. It was too good.
You have to split it into.
Oh, so my shit is.
It's great, and that's why it's going to be one power punch. The greatest podcast you've ever been to.
Hashtag your shit.
Greatest podcast you ever seen in your life.
Hashtag that.
Okay, holla
Do you understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I want to critique art. I
agree
really
with you.
just do want to critique art.
Can we separate making judgments about an artist's career from critiquing a body of art?
We should.
Do you hear what you just said? You
We
said
should.
We should.
Yeah.
If I am going to look at articles going forward, what he just said, this is the boss of entertainment for Pulse. What he said is that when I'm critiquing, he's the boss of media, right? What are you?
I'm just the editor.
Editor-in-chief, yeah.
He's the entertainment editor. I'm pop
I am sorry. I'm learning. And from the moment I apologize to you, right? Because you're a fresh boy, I actually thought you were younger. I thought he put you on because I actually got tuned into you. I've known this guy facially.
Did you know I ever worked with Chocolate City for 3 months?
Chill.
Gagam.
And you
don't know your stuff.
Nigga, you fucking up? You out here fucking up? Brother.
He was working at Hip TV when Ice Prince came to get the radio job.
It was before then.
Trust me,
3
my
months,
guy.
I was doing.
My guy, please. I want to say something very controversial.
Go ahead.
It's going to be controversial. Are you ready? Yeah. If a white man owns your company, don't write shit about a black man when he's in his early years. When his own company is 100 and something years in. Support us. Let's blow together. Don't do these views when one white man got collected in another country. When we're trying to build. Do you know what these people did to us? They sat down and divided Africa into pieces. My brother, please. My brother, please. Know yourself, my nigga, know yourself.
Knowledge of self.
Label say my bitch, label say no bitch, my nigga, blow yourself. If manager ain't working, nigga, go yourself. It's one life only, hope you living for yourself. I see you beefing in the corner, nigga, fall back. You trying to be a dick, but where your balls at? Always quick to point out where the fault's at. Don't be dead to me, because you never get your pulse back, nigga.
Bars.
So we made the album. We made the album. And this is the 3rd time, right?
Don't be dead to me.
There's one for me.
And I speak not for,
There's one for
I
Joey
speak not for MI.
on Fino's album.
I speak not to MI, not for MI only. I say don't do it for somebody that's going to collect the final dollar amount and show up in Sweden's GDP. When you can help us. That's why I'm telling you to tell the real story. I know what I'm saying. Bro. I'm good. MI is fucking good, my brother. Whether I sing or don't sing, my next 2 years' money is sure.
Bring that shit, man.
Fact. Oh, my brother. Gary and Sugar up in this building, my brother.
We're actually going to do Gary.
This is Daniel. Daniel, say what's up to the people, my nigga. Yeah, I mean.
No, we're not doing no.
And let me tell you something. Also, on behalf of these guys, when I came here today, Osagie told me this is not the article he wanted to run. For us to have this conversation, this is why I say I respect you and I apologize to you. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to build each other up. This article, LooseTalkPodcast called me this morning, because we had an impasse. Yeah. And the impasse is because of what I just said.
Yeah.
And LooseTalkPodcast said, let's go. No matter who else it benefits Osagie. And I showered, I canceled my flight. Y'all niggas owe me 6K. You know what I'm saying? I cancel my flight to be here, and as I'm here, I'm seeing Shegun, I'm seeing Daniel, I'm seeing Prince, I'm seeing everybody here that's working. It's gonna benefit all of you. For it to benefit that guy, it also benefits all of you. That's all I'm saying. Let's support each other. Let's support the arts. Let's put each other on. If there's a time to even critique, you don't critique a 2-year-old child for peeing on themselves. I told you that. You don't critique a 2-year-old child. Nigerian music industry, bro, America came, they gave us money, it wasn't working, they wrapped everything up, they shut it down. We started, Kenny and D1, Two-Face. How can you critique Two-Face? This nigga did this shit by himself. He put a whole country on his back.
Word.
How can you can't even say anything bad about him, ever, for the rest of his life. If he releases a song that's not good, just say, this is what Two-Face likes. That's it. That's all. Just say, listen. Just say.
You get the content.
Understand what I'm saying?
You get the content.
Because guess what? Especially if somebody else is collecting the money. If somebody's going to let that. No, let me not disrespect y'all. Let me not disrespect y'all. But let somebody here collect that money. If we're even going to diss each other and fight. So I'm here not because of anybody else. I'm here because of you, Osagie. I'm here because of you, Ayo. Yeah, I mean, because this podcast is gonna get fire, and I want every artist to come and have. Brother boy, don't just diss. Come and sit down with them, have a fire conversation. Let the fans see some shit. Let them be excited. Let them be like, these guys are arguing. I want y'all to become stars. I want you guys to have more following, so you can put on more shit. I want you to have 1 million followers. So when you say Odusi is the next shit, Tay is the next shit, more people are on it. I want Shegun to be making more money, so I keep on it. You guys keep switching. So I don't really know both of y'all, but I want y'all to have more.
Hey, CK is the next shit. Just because he said that.
No.
Shout out to CK.
CK is the next shit.
Let me
Coca
tell
is
you.
the next shit.
Let me
Dice
tell
is
you.
the next shit. Huh?
Has to give me that sit down.
Well, ask for it.
Yeah, you
Let
should.
me facilitate it. I'll get
Have you asked for it?
Have you asked for it?
I was going to point it
Yeah.
out because we asked for conversation.
No, we'll talk about that later, but it's good.
See,
You're good.
I will say this.
No, we're good. Trust
Since
me.
the conversation Joey and I had,
How many cubes of sugar is that in there?
That's
Wait,
small.
this is
five.
it's five.
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 My bad. I beg, give me granite.
Wait.
Greatest podcast you ever seen in your life.
Ayo. Sugar, 5 cubes of sugar.
Take all of
MIA.
it. Take all of it.
Guys,
You good?
yeah, I'm good. Guys, respect.
Shout out to the granola that inspired this.
I'm gonna go pee, but this is the new media. Let's do this more. You know what I'm saying? Let's build these relationships. Let's bring the bridge together. I'm here because you guys are different from everybody else. Facts. Like, with all my shit with this guy, you should know I've seen at least 200 bad articles about me. I've never responded. I've responded to 2 people, Osagie and you, because of respect. You know what I mean? Respect. And if you listen, I read all your articles. All I'm saying is, let's build this. Let's build this shit together. We need your help. We fucking need your help, man. These young kids, I remember the day that article came out, they were upset. I don't know, I didn't read the following articles, but I'll tell you something. They are not as upset anymore, but also, your word is different from Shegun's word. It's different. And if you are taking the time to say, let me understand what these young kids are about, these young kids, they don't want to sign to nobody.
But I fuck with the young kids.
Yeah, I know.
don't know
But your article didn't say that.
No, that's not me. They know.
No,
I didn't
by
write that.
what you wrote.
Joey. It was Joey.
Oh,
See,
okay.
but what Joey wrote, understand what I'm
Joey
saying?
versus what we've done for these young cats.
No. Yeah. No, but understand what I'm saying, Osagie. The point I'm making is that Joey's article is the article that was the biggest article. And they felt it. So when Shegun came and said, no, blah, I know that their opinion changed. But there's a reason why I said native. Even the photo shoot, when you look at the photo shoot, look at everything, you say, this guy's care. And it's not just one person. Let's do better. You know what I mean? Let's do better. Let this conversation be the conversation that sparks everything. My brother, do you think Hollywood is how it was sold to us? Hollywood? Do you know the amount of cocaine and the amount of rapes
Music business, yeah.
and the amount of everything that went down in Hollywood for them to sell to us that America is better than all of us? For us to do a movie where they will go to China and kill all the China people. Chuck Norris will be in China, killing every China man with Chinese. Listen. Think about this. Chuck Norris will go to China and use Chinese to kill all China and come back to Nigeria. Do you think that one media person and one creative person did sit down and say, we need to put America on? We're at a critical period, bro. If Nigeria fails, black people fail. They hate black people everywhere in the world. They hate black people in Asia. They hate black people in America. They hate in South America. We're the hope of the black nation. Let's put our best foot forward together. Help me. Talk to me. Help me. Come and listen to my album in my house. Tell me, MI, this album is not good enough. Let's do it better. Let's work together. And then when it comes out, tell my story. Sit down with me in the studio. I want Paul stuff to be everywhere.
So what we do, right? And
Sorry, I'm going to go and drink Gary. Because I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Why
You
you
can't-
can't drink Gary?
Sorry.
Like,
let's just talk about Loose. Loose 5 Alive has dropped. What's been happening? New single. Of course, you've been under a radar for a minute, but we're kind of used to that.
The nocturnal creature.
Which has no, it's not shots. I mean, it is what it is, but which hasn't taken away from you being a dope ass rapper, right? But what's up with you, man? What you been up to?
I mean, I just didn't. Like I said this on an interview the other day, I just didn't have music in my heart to give. I was dealing with life. I was dealing with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel I was in the place where I could put out music. I want to, like you said, none of that takes away from me being a dope ass rapper.
Yeah.
And I want people to always hear my music and say that's a loose standard. There's a standard I hold myself to, and I hope you hold me to higher.
Yeah.
So I could aspire to that. And I just didn't feel like, I'll go in the studio, I didn't feel I was hitting those heights. So I was like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to put out, there's no pressure to put out music.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna
There's
ask.
no
That
pressure.
you don't feel pressured at any time.
I've never felt pressure to put out music. And I've been blessed to be at labels where they let me do me. Like with CC, they gave me a job as vice president of Chalk Boy Nation. There's never been pressure to put out music. They want me to do great, but it's like, we're not going to, wow, dude. We're not going to make you put out something you don't believe in or you don't trust in just because to satisfy your artist obligation. Nah, when you're ready, we're ready. Let's go.
All right, on this note, we're not gonna watch MI drinking Gary.
No, we're about to. We're about to.
So we're gonna wrap the podcast up.
Shout out to you.
I just want to say thank you guys for coming through.
Thank you for keeping it
We really appreciate it. I mean,
Luz really made this happen. 'Cause
Yeah.
he knows, once I make up my mind, I'm like, so you and I spoke yesterday.
yeah,
And from the moment this happened, I saw two things. You're a businessman, but you're also like somebody that shows respect. And that's what I saw. AOT2 didn't respond at all. And I also felt in some way that was respect towards me. Like he could have been disrespectful.
Turn it back,
Yeah.
back
You know what I'm
and
saying?
forth.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. And I respect that because I know that I was laughing when I was tweeting. That's the truth. I wasn't upset. I just knew that I was going to create more banter for everybody. But knowing that, okay, I'm not going to disrespect Emma. I'm not going to be, I respect that. I appreciate that. And I really came here today just to be like, let's move the culture forward. Let's not be in this same place of like artists versus reporters versus, let's move forward. Let's be on the same side. Let's sit down. Let's look at it. You know what I mean? And let's talk about it. You know what I mean? That's where the real music business in America caught fire. You know what I mean? It caught fire when people started telling the truth. I hung out with this guy for 2 weeks when parties were fucking bitches together. But guess what? At the end of it, I said, I didn't like your album. Do you know what I'm saying? And then the guy responds. When Charlemagne talks to people, you can tell that it's the truth he's saying.
yeah.
Sorry to cut short.
Yeah.
I hung out with Jonathan Mannion. He shot the cover art for Eminem's Marshall Matters LP.
Yeah.
Eminem flew him to China, somewhere in Asia, right? He hung out with Eminem for 3 weeks to shoot the cover art of an album.
Yeah.
He broke his arm in the process.
I mentioned that in the interview.
Oh, he told you,
He fell off the stage.
right? Yeah, he fell off the stage and he flew back to America and had to meet Tupac's mom.
Yeah.
And it was such a big, just to shoot, in Nigeria to shoot cover ads now, 6-hour process. We go jam for studio for Maryland. You
6
go wear
hours.
clothes.
Okay, traffic day inside. Traffic day.
enter the-
I know, but some not fun.
You feel me?
Post.
He hung out with this dude. They flew around the world for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The album was supposed to be called what's the name? Drug Central Amsterdam. That's the name of the album. So he gave me this fun fact, and I'm like, wow, this dude's there at a place we need to aspire to be at.
Yeah.
But we can't get there by focusing on the bad and not appreciating we don't have the budgets as they do. We don't have the structure as they do.
Yeah.
It's on us to build that.
Brother, we don't have any structure. We're creating it. young,
It's on us.
young,
It's on
uneducated,
you. It's on you. It's on me. It's on us.
all the
It's
smart
on
kids,
you
their
guys.
parents took them to London, they went to school, they came back, they told them, go and do this job, and they did it. We that were left were the remnants. And we have no hope, we have no support, we have nothing. There's no bank in the history of Nigerian music that's given 1 naira to any label. There's no corporate entity that's given any label. It's young guys. In fact, you're more likely to get money from a Yahoo boy. Shout out to Yahoo boys.
They are the patrons of.
May God
Real.
prosper your business.
Real.
They are the patrons.
Yes.
Real.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Real. That's real
No,
talk.
let me explain why I'm saying that. If Nigerian music is left up to the corporate world, we're dead. We're finished. Shout out to them. Shout out to all the money that comes from funny places. Shout out to all the funny politicians that you guys. But if there's a label that hasn't done any of that, it's Chocolate City. They use their salary to build Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? And
Shout out to Aldo and Paul, by the way.
Aldo and Paul.
Shout out to Abdul and Paul.
And all I'm trying to say is that
Yeah, yo.
as we go forward, you know what I'm saying? Let's build together. That's all. Let's build together. If you're an artist out there, you feel some type of way, reach out to these guys. I'm here with them. We've gone back and forth. Reach out to AOT2. OG. He put Osagie up in the game. We don't know that. The fact is that the general public doesn't know that. Osags, you've put yourself at a level. You understand? You've done well. Shout out to them. Let's communicate. Let's talk. Let's write better articles. Let me be able to call Shegun and say, Shegun, as a writer, you need to improve. Out of your 3-month salary, save, out of your 1 year salary, save 3 months every month so that in 2 years, you can go to New York and take a writing class and know how to get better. Do you know what I'm saying? As Timida Cole is doing, as Praise is doing, as Banky W is doing, we're trying to improve. We're trying to get better. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't only let your best article be about the downsides of these guys. You're going to support them as they're coming up. Tell their story. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Let's get better together. You know what I mean? I think I've spoken too much on this podcast.
All right, man. On that note, we got to wrap up the podcast. You guys have listened to
Longest podcast you ever did there. Right.
Hashtag that.
Mr. Incredible Emma Abaga and the enigmatic Loose Kaynon. It's the
gotta
Loose
be
Talk
all that.
Podcast. We out.
Man, like.
Dudes.
This episode was produced by Princess Abumere with sound engineering from Ayola Salako. Stream more episodes and subscribe to Loose Talk on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Welcome to Forstville Luxury Hotel. At Forstville Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstville Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeline Bamishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 080-7578-7135 or 080-9990-0601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forstvillehotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstville Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.